You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Coming to you on a Monday, the 12th of May, 2025. Shout out to Jack McLennan. It's his birthday today, 36 years old. Not a big deal. Just saw it on the WhatsApps. 36 is punchy. How are you, mate?
36 is real life.
Oh, yeah.
36 is, you know...
Well, 36, you're fucking... We already know this, but you're 40. But, like, it's edge.
It's extremely edge. 36 is beyond edge.
You are well into your innings.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You're well into
save
it.
us.
You're well into it.
Well, you can see 50. You're starting to get nervous about 50.
Yeah.
If you're trying to mount an innings...
Well, you're closer to 50 than 20.
As in, like, okay, let's say I get to... I'm playing cricket. And
Oh, wow, what we're talking about.
And I get to 36 runs. I'm like, 50's a sniff.
Well, it's just about just focus on the next ball. Just get through the next ball.
50's close.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want to tell yourself that in the real world.
Yeah.
But if you're playing cricket, you know it's close.
And we've just been going through some old photos and stuff on...
we've been getting very nostalgic for an upcoming project.
For an upcoming project, which may have something to do with winning an ARIA. But this phone here was broken and it had all of the great secrets of our past on here. Much like it's the Rosetta Stone of Hello Sport to some degree. You also have some on your phone as well.
But not to the same degree.
Not to the same degree.
But I was actually shocked at how much stuff I do have that I've been liking at nauseum. I don't know if I have the same. I wouldn't have anything on my phone now.
Of like what we do and...
You know?
No, I know, but that
makes me long for yesteryear.
Well, that's part of what we're talking about here in terms of Jack McLennan being 36, is that, you know, like it just, you look back at these fresh young faces, the hair is dark as the midnight sky.
Dark as the midnight sky. Almost looks like it's dyed.
It does. It honestly does look a bit like the Lebanese hair.
Yeah, it does. It looks full Lebanese.
Yeah. But just a couple of young kids with a dream.
But didn't know they had a dream.
Didn't know they had a dream.
They were just doing it.
Just doing it.
There's some great stuff.
Yeah, and I think maybe we need to try and do a bit more of that. I don't know exactly what that is, but like...
Well, like there's certain things that we can certainly start borrowing. There's a couple of things we can certainly start borrowing from once more.
Borrowing from ourselves.
Yes. Well, we started it, so yeah, we'd be borrowing from ourselves.
Yeah, well, you said borrowing, so I'm using your words.
Yeah, borrowing from
past
us.
Yeah.
Past peoples.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day to the mums, the mummers. My first Mother's Day yesterday, not for me, for my wife.
I saw that Suki wrote a card, very, very similar handwriting to one.
She's probably got better handwriting than me.
Well, jeez. I mean, certainly for a fucking 4-month-old or 3-month-old, it looks awfully similar to yours. She's 2 months old?
9 weeks. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah, right.
You know, she's not 2 months, but she's not 3.
No. See, Steph said Hazel was 4. I'm like, is Hazel that fucking old? Much old?
She's 2 months older than her.
Oh, okay, right. There you go. Yeah, I don't.
Start of Jan, start of March. How many months is that?
You're in the throes of new parenthood where it matters. Or like not where it matters. That sounds patronising. Where it's like where you're like, yeah, well that's why I caught myself.
Right.
I caught myself.
You're saying it's not important that
No.
Six is 9 months old?
No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is like I just don't even think about their age. I said the other day the wrong age. No, it's just that it's like they're fucking small.
You don't give a shit.
They're smaller than you. But when it's the first one, it's like, milestones and that.
Yeah, milestones.
Anyway. Nice first Mother's Day.
It's lovely, mate. Yep. We went up to Palmy for the weekend, which was nice. Flopped about. Just had a bit of fam time, mate, after a little bit of time away, you and I.
Yep.
Fucking feels like I spent more time with you than her sometimes.
Well, that almost is true.
For
a period.
I come back from, basically a week away with my old mate Tommy Burns, and I'm...
Straight into a fucking show the next day, 2 shows.
2 shows the next day, and then I'm starting to feel like I don't even know my daughter anymore. She's changed so much. So that's been rectified after a nice weekend away. We've got back in sync.
Yeah, that's good.
We're loving each other, so that's good. Otherwise, mate, what did we do? Just flopped about. Had a couple of friends up there Saturday night, which was nice, just to unwind.
Yep.
Let the hair down. Have a couple.
Yep.
Not too many, just a couple.
Well, I could tell you had a couple because you messaged me with things. You messaged me with like business chat when you've had a couple.
I've had a couple. I didn't have heaps, but I'd had a couple. And then yesterday, I just went to a parent's house, had a bit of lunch,
Yep.
et cetera.
Yep.
Et cetera.
Et cetera. Do you get stuff for her mum?
No.
No.
I said Happy Mother's Day.
That's all you need to do. It's not on you, mate.
Well, she's not my mother, technically.
Did you get stuff for your mum? Well, not technically, like literally.
Yes. My brother organised it.
Yeah, well, my sister organised it.
Yep.
Then me and Will took her out for lunch.
The importance of having someone in the family that organises things cannot be understated. You need someone to rally the troops, marshal the troops. You need a little general, a gift general.
Yes.
That's my brother, General Gift, who's he's good at it, and then I just tranny the money.
Yes. My sister, I don't know whether Bonnie just does it because she lives out of town, but then I just went and got flowers because I'm like, you got her like a massage thing, which isn't like tangible. You get it in your email.
Yeah.
So then we go have lunch and shit, and I'm like, I should probably just rock up with some natives, just a bouquet of natives.
You went native?
I just got a bouquet.
Do you look to go native?
Listen, I'm a fan of natives, to be honest. I love I love the Australian bush, mate. Yeah. I love it.
Do you?
I love the Australian bush.
You love Aussie bush?
I love good, honest Aussie bush. Yeah. And, I mean, if you don't, then you can get the hell out, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I got good, honest natives for mum.
That's actually, that was a bit of a Barney between my father-in-law and his his sister's partner once, was that the guy was saying that he loves Aussie bush, and he's like, what are you implying?
As in, are you talking about muff?
Are you? Or are you talking about you like Aussie
your
bush?
Father-in-law was like, you better not be talking about muff.
No, he was confused. He's like, are we talking muff here, or what are we talking?
We're talking Aussie bush, not Aussie muff, which I'm also a fan of. I'm talking about Aussie bush.
Yeah. You don't say muff that often anymore.
No, you don't. And you talk about long fiesta here.
Oh, mate.
It's funny because when Muff was doing its work, everyone's like, get rid of Muff. And now I feel like everyone's, surely, if you just have a moment to think back to
we
good, honest Aussie Muff.
Are we craving Muff again?
Listen, it's cyclical, like fashion.
Is Muff cyclical?
But I feel like everyone's probably got laser now. You're going to have to go to Turkey and get some bloody Muff implanted back in your body.
Jesus Christ. Oh, listen, I'm going to get me Muff done. I got rid of it.
I'm just heading over to Turkey to get me Muff done.
Just want to get me Muff done. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Hard to say.
Listen.
Hard to say. Are we longing for Muff as a people? I'm not sure.
I don't know if we are.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's a real craving for Muff. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Anyway.
I heard Muff was coming back. That's what I did hear.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there.
Muff Day.
Happy Muffers Day. Anyway.
Happy Muff Day.
Huge weekend of sport, mate. It's funny because it is and it was, but then it also wasn't, in the sense that the rugby league was fantastic, but the newspapers need more than that to fill inches, to fill column inches. Now, I want to firstly start off by thanking the Daily Telegraph for using our headline. You're welcome last week. That was nice of them. But in terms of what's happened on the weekend, it's all been just phenomenal results and comebacks and fucking this and that. But the one story, well, there's two maybe, that I think generated some press. And we will get through the games, punters and dribbles, of course.
Bit to talk
about. But I just want to start with the Tigers quickly because they got fucked in the arse 62-0. Jarome Luai's dad, Marty Luai, came out on Instagram and put up a story saying get out clause activated. Now, you just have to think, with all the shit that's been going on at the Tigers, Lockie Galvin, Luai's got get out clauses and Luai's like, I'm sticking around. You just think, and I know this isn't a Jarome problem, this is a Marty Luai problem, but you just think, Dad'd shut the fuck up. Don't do that to me, Dad.
Listen.
Take that down.
Jarome, Martin's boy,
son of,
he was handling the presses. He was doing a lot of the talking. He was doing a lot of the chit chat. He was trying to set the tones. He'd come from the Panthers winners out and out. And he'd said on a couple of occasions that he was trying to set the tone culturally speaking, Tom. As in, I'm a winner, I've come into a club full of losers, and I'm teaching you how to win.
Yeah.
It's not great for brand culture, brand buy-in, brand Tigers.
Brand
Which,
claw.
I mean, if you want to track the demise of the Tigers, or at least, I don't think that's helping.
The claw.
The claw.
The claw's not helping.
The claw's not helping anything.
No.
When Cody did it here, after he begged us to do it, I think your fortunes have been poor ever since. It's not about that. It's not about the claw. It's not about how fucking lame it is, which it is. It's not about that. It's about Marty Lang. Not Marty Lang.
Marty Lang.
Marty Luai.
Marty Lang is Jarome's dad?
What? It's about Marty Luai coming out when no one asked him, putting up a story that Jarome now has to distance himself for.
Distance himself, yeah. I like distancing yourself from shit. Like Jerome's had to distance himself. He should come out and he should, what is it when you denounce? He should denounce it, not just distance himself. Because distancing himself is like, well, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but
he just can't denounce it.
You reckon that this needs a rugby league denouncing?
I think it needs a denouncing. He's going to have to answer for it. They're going to be like, what about your dad? What about your dad? And he's like, listen, I denounced that post.
Do you think there would be value in going, have we all got parents? Yes. Do they fucking annoy you sometimes? Yes. Do they say
100%.
sometimes? Yes. That's what this is.
I hope Jerome comes out and just goes, Dad's a fucking idiot.
This is a case of Dad's a fucking idiot who's seen too many winters.
Dad's come out, or Dad's just trying to be funny. Parents are always trying to be funny and embarrass you. You know what I mean? Always. So you just go, listen, hand up. Marty Luai, love him. Love your dad. Trying to be funny. And listen, it kind of was funny. I think it was funny, to be honest. I actually liked it. But I'm just saying, starved of storylines and that, starved of column inch content and that, Marty Luai, who's got nothing to do with rugby league other than the fact that he's Jerome's dad, he puts up get out clause. You got to fill them inches, dude.
Let's be honest.
That's a great. I loved it actually.
This rates any time of the year, rain, hail,
or shine.
Marty Lang's rating.
No. Marty Lang Luai.
Marty Lang Luai. I don't know his middle name. That's rating its dick off.
Yeah.
Because A, it's hilarious. B, it's 100% accurate.
Well, you get pumped 62-0.
And you go, oh shit, you better. That's the problem. You can't get his tone. You can't get Marty's tone in this thing. It's not a video. It's just a still.
I think Marty's having a laugh.
Because you could go, fucking hell, mate, you better fucking activate that clause. This club sucks. Or it could be, 64-0.
Yeah.
Activate the clause. You don't know how he's
but you'd have to assume, given the sheer weight of the pumping, thumping, I can't remember which
I
one
believe that moved into flushing.
I'm pretty sure that was a cream pie.
Oh, it was a cream pie.
It was a cream pie.
It was a cream pie.
Is 60 plus a cream pie?
Listen, that's a bit of an about even thing, but there's a humping, pumping, thumping cream pie. I don't
Keep
know
up.
You would think that given the size of the defeat, putting that up then is almost has to be funny. Do you know? Because it's like an aberration. Like no one's getting pumped that hard. 62-0. His son was also a contributing factor in that, given that he lay on 0 tries for the game.
Sorry, that was a fisting.
That was a fisting.
What's a cream pie?
Cream pie is 50 plus, fisted is 60 plus.
So you've been fisted.
He's been fisted. It was a fisting.
That was a fisting of some note.
It was it's the biggest fisting of the year. Guru called it as well. Guru called a fisting.
Yeah, no,
he's been
didn't.
ice cold, and he called a serious fisting.
No, but he knows his way around a fist.
Yeah, true.
So that doesn't surprise
Only
me.
man I've seen fist himself.
No.
True story.
True story. Seen it with my own eyes. Can't unsee it.
Magic round.
Magic round. A magic fisting.
That's what they were calling it.
That's what they were calling it because it was almost magical.
Oh, it was
in
magic.
the sense that
It was fucking
how'd that
defying
happen?
logic, yeah.
Oh, I've got to be honest with you. I liked it.
Yeah, no, I liked it as well
liked
from
it a
Marty.
lot.
I wouldn't mind Marty becoming a bit more of a prominent figure in the game.
Is this
of
is
rugby
it a
league.
dad? Is this a rugby league dad joke?
Well, it is for sure. But I'm wondering if this is Marty dipping his toes into the content game and just being a little bit more present in the rugby league ecosystem. I'm not saying he's going to be on NRL 360 or 100% footy, or fucking Vonnie's going to sit down with it to do a bloody Where Are You Now with him. Where Were You Then? Whatever that show is on Fox. Can't remember what it's called.
This is your life.
Sort of. She does one of those. And I can't remember what it's called. And
The
Jake
Fan?
Duke sometimes does it. Back to Basic. What the fuck is that show called?
The Fan?
No, that's Vossi and Lara Pitt. Anyway, I'm just wondering whether Marty Luai just starting to get into his rugby league content a little bit. Starting being a bit cheeky, a bit funny. How many followers he got on the gram?
970.
Where
Is he
many
on
did you have
private?
yesterday?
He's on private. I
Oh,
don't
he
know
must
how
be on
many
private
yesterday.
now? Or is this another, I sent this to my mates on
It
private.
didn't look green when I saw it.
Can you have a look?
At his profile?
Well, just as in find the photo.
Oh, yeah, I've got it here.
And
It wasn't close friends.
No.
but maybe it doesn't have to. If it's on private, it's just only the people who follow you. But someone screenshotted that and shared it. Do you know what I mean?
So we can't tell. He might have gone private after he started getting,
after he started getting bombarded. No, I'm with you. It's unfortunate. But also he may have just been private and then he's just...
I would have fucking loved and paid huge money to listen into that phone call.
Yeah.
Jarome,
What
Dad,
the
what in
fuck
the
are you doing?
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know what I've gone through this last month,
Yeah.
mate?
Get our claws activated.
Eyeballs, hand on the face. Like, you've just come off the field having been fisted, 62-0, 64-0, only to see your old man taking the piss out of the performance and basically lighting fires.
I love it, dude. I honestly think it's fucking funny. Martin Luai, and he's gone into create mode. So he's a creator.
Well, it's a beautiful bit of work he's done there.
I wouldn't even know how to get that background. And this is the job we do.
I've got no idea. But absolutely no idea. It looks good, though.
No, it does. He looks like he could do with charging his battery, or whoever took the screenshot. I should say.
Well, mate, he's done. I don't know where he is. He's running 0 bars basically. He's got no battery, but that's it's not important.
It looks like it was posted before the game had even finished.
Well, because he
Well, I mean, yeah.
shock horror.
Well, you're getting fucked in the ass. What, like
It
50
didn't
nil,
become
wasn't it?
62-0 in the last minute. They were getting humped all game.
Also, if it was screenshot at 4:12, 43 minutes, yeah. Yep. Good math. Cody, who is over there on the mic,
Talk to
sweet
us.
little Cody Totes. How do you feel about it all, man?
About the Martin Luai thing or just yesterday in general?
I'm happy to hear all of it.
I actually feel okay. I'm in pretty high spirits. Like, losing to Melbourne in Melbourne is... I know that sounds crazy. I'm just
You're
saying...
so full of shit, dude.
I'm not-
64-0.
Dude, you know what I'm like when I come in here and I'm sad. I'm open about it. I'm like, I'm feeling sad today. But I feel kind of okay, to be honest. It's like, we were really bad, but Melbourne were so good. Dude, did you see the play where, we almost forced a repeat set and then they just threw 2 cutouts from one winger to the other winger in their own in-goal and then made it to the 50? I was just going, dude, they're so on.
They were on, but I mean, there's on and there's 62-0.
Yes,
64.
totally.
64-0. You know what I did, which I'm really happy about, Edward? When we talked Supercoach at saying to SwiftX, mark it down, I took the captaincy off Pappenhausen and gave it to Olakawatu. So
Well, he only scored 180, so that's all right.
so it's all good.
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
Mate, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I'm seeing nothing. You know what I mean? I'm seeing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I'm as cold as I've ever been.
Olakawatu against the Sharks.
Well, I wanted to see him fucking rip and tear.
Right.
But again, listen,
And what's giving you that indication?
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm cold, dude.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
cold as ice.
Yeah.
Supercoach, Supercoach. We'll come back to it.
We will come back. So let me just clarify this. You, on behalf of all Tigers fans, are happy with that performance.
No.
That's what you
no,
said.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
That is what you said.
I think the Tigers have some glaring issues depth-wise, and I think we've gotten pretty lucky to get away with a few wins over the last few weeks. And I think almost in the media we've been painted that we're actually playing better than we have been. I don't think the Tigers have been great, so I don't know. Not that I was expecting it, but I'm like not that surprised at how it went. Like there's that deep part of me that's always kind of expecting something like this.
Yeah, okay.
So I was just kind of like,
what depth issues do you think you have?
We have no back rowers. We have no...
Who are your back rowers?
Alex Seyfarth
Samuel
and
Finau's good.
Gunn. But then Alex Seyfarth playing on the right.
Don't like Seyfarth?
I like him, but ideally he's not your starting right edge.
So
Do you know what I mean? And then behind him, there's no one. So it's just tough. And we're still dealing with some roster issues from past management. Like where we've got like our like 23 to 30 spot on the roster are just players that probably shouldn't be in your top 30.
Wow.
So it's just whatever, you know. I think we're still probably a year away from being genuine top 8 contenders is what I'm saying.
Pappenhausen, 36 points. I think it's the equal most in the NRL era.
Yeah, it is.
Would have been a good week to have the C on him.
Yeah, would have been. Yeah, would have been.
Yeah.
Would have been. He was, I didn't watch all of this game, but...
We'll get to Supercoach.
Yeah, we will get to Supercoach. Thanks for text.
Yeah.
But he fucked us in the ass. I mean, he fucked them in the ass, not us. 4 tries, 36 points.
10 from 11 conversions. Not a bad day out for Pappenhausen.
I wonder if that shoots him into Origin contention. I don't know.
Can we transition for a second? Just a memento.
Yep.
Just one moment.
Hey, I'm happy you do whatever you want.
Are you aware that Origin teams are picked this weekend?
Yeah, I know.
No one's talking about it.
Well, they sort of started.
No, they're not.
They were.
They're not. No one's talking about it getting this picked this weekend. No, they're not.
I tell you what.
They're not.
What I do wonder, Eddie.
Guru said in the car today, supposed to be the rugby league guru. He's like, oh, we'll be talking about them picking Mitch Moses for the next week or two. I'm like, no. This is the week. This is the week teams get picked. We're talking about it now.
Yeah.
It's not next week. It's this week.
I wonder whether
now.
the NRL has got their shit together yet and said, hey, everyone's picking them at the exact same time, Sunday night, and then there's going to be, I wonder if the Fox League or anyone has got their shit together and go, hey, we're going to have a show on that is 100% dedicated to reviewing Origin teams. Or is it still going to be this drip feeding of journos over the weekend? You hear the team on fucking Saturday or Friday, and then the Queensland are like, oh, we're actually going to name it on like next Wednesday for some reason, and it's just a complete unorganised shit show, and you completely ruin the ability to capitalise on it fully, wholly and solely. I wonder. I really wonder.
Well, we'll get... So, as tradition dictates, Tom, New South Wales team will drop Sunday morning. It'll get leaked. Then Sunday night it'll come out officially. And then...
Actually, it'll get leaked. It'll get leaked either Friday, Arvo, or a Saturday on like the Saturday NRL show.
That one's always wrong.
Well, it's not wrong. It's usually pretty right.
It's pretty right, but the actual right comes out Sunday for a Sunday night, and then Queensland Sunday for a Monday morning. That's if my memory serves me correctly.
Or yes, Monday or Tuesday sometimes. Queensland?
Yeah, it said generally, like you said, Ed, it's Sunday night for New South Wales and Monday morning for Queensland.
Yeah, that's generally how they do
Complete
Yeah,
waste.
whenever we're doing the potty on a Monday.
Complete waste of everyone's time. It just makes no sense.
But to answer your question, Tom, will there be some sort of organisation this year? Will there be a dedicated State of Origin team list show?
Yeah.
No,
there won't.
There won't.
There won't be because they won't be named at the same time, even though it would be very easy to just go, hey, both teams come out Sunday and that's the end of it. I wish we had Andrew Abdo back in here so we could ask him that question. It was one of those ones. Can you make a note of just like long-term questions we need to ask bigwigs? Can you have like a sheet actually? Bigwigs questions that whenever we get a bigwig in.
I reckon we could almost shoot an email off.
Or text him, Abdo.
Just text him. Go, what's doing, bruh?
Now, obviously that, sometimes it feels like, you can't just hit up a bigwig, but...
Why not?
But no, that's what I'm saying.
Who says you can't?
Who says you can't? When you've got the ear of the wigs, why wouldn't you just fucking...
We don't necessarily have the ear.
Well, we have their ear.
We know how... Well...
It doesn't mean they do what we say.
No.
But we have their ear.
But that's true. I mean, we're underselling who we are. We do have ears, obviously.
Well, we have 2 ears each, but we have their ears.
Well, so we have countless ears.
Yeah, but maybe it's like one of their ears rather than
I don't think we've got 2 of Andrew's.
No.
And we don't have 2 of St. Peter's.
Of St. Peter's.
We've got half an ear of him probably. And
I reckon we got one of each.
Okay, one of each?
I reckon we got one of each.
Okay.
Again, we're not impacting policy here.
No. Well, not yet.
Not yet. But we might. We sort of are.
Put it this way: if the fucking sides had come out at the same time for that second game, probably a bit late now, but for that second game, you'll know who did it. Consider this: not a warning, but consider it done, punters and dribblers. There will be an email or a text message.
No, there'll be an
to
email
dribblers.
after this. And it will start, though, with a complete, like, you've got to come with your hands out, like, as in humbly, and be like, listen, we have no right to give you any advice at all, but we're going to, so here it comes.
I know you didn't ask for this, however.
Here's some completely unsolicited advice.
But this
is just a real fucking thorn in our pee hole.
But this is a great fucking idea. Also, I think worth pointing out to the power brokers, Tom, that
the Wigs.
I think it's a little bit unfair that Queensland get to announce their team second.
Because what, they get to be reactive?
Yeah.
But I mean, also, fucking who cares?
I care.
No, what I mean.
I care.
I care
In
that
a
they
game of inches, Tom, Al Pacino taught us that.
Yes. I'm with you there, but the team's already leaked, so you can sort of do whatever.
What did Al Pacino say?
He said it's about the 6 inches in
front of your face. Yeah, and we claw for those inches.
Yeah,
right. We fight for those inches on this team.
yeah, that's what Al said.
So I just thought you'd be on.
I am on board. I fucking don't want to give
Team.
Queensland any advantage at all.
Yeah, right.
And that's obviously why.
Well, it's just coming across.
Well, that's why I'm going to be emailing a big wig as soon as we get done here.
No, I should hope so.
And I might CC in the biggest wig.
I think so. Just to put pressure on
Wigs,
Mini
what's up?
Wig.
Oi, Wigs. Sup, Wigs? It's your old
There's
mate, Tom
nothing.
Eddie. This is completely unsolicited advice and does not even require a reply.
Oh, I'm going to give the punter and the dribbler a bit of an insight into how to manipulate wigs.
Listen up.
If you want shit to get done, what you do is you send your ideas to Mini Wig and CC in Big Wig, so that if Mini Wig doesn't act on them,
I don't like calling him Mini Wig. I don't think that's right. I think it's disrespectful.
well, but
There is a bigger wig.
There's a bigger wig.
But they're still, I think they're both big wigs. I don't think you call one of them a mini wig. I feel like that's disrespectful.
okay, slightly smaller wig.
Yep.
Mini just rolled off the tongue.
I know
better.
it did, and that's why I'm just calling it out. Because it's a call-out culture that we live in these days, and I'm calling you out.
Whatever. Slightly smaller wig
Yeah.
is who gets the email, and bigger wig is CC'd.
But I think...
For transparency.
Yeah, but I wonder whether, to show respect to both wigs, right, is that you actually just have them both in the... don't CC, because CCing is like, I'm making sure that your bigger wig sees it. Whereas if you put them both in what's it called?
But we want results here.
They're both seeing it. So you put them both in there, and they both see it. And I don't give a fuck who responds, or no one responds, or no one does anything. But like, here is just for both wigs who I respect equally.
Although one wig's bigger. And that's just, it is what it is.
One wig is bigger than the other, and we know that to be true.
Well, the chairman hires a CEO.
But that's
so.
the one wig is bigger, and that we know that to be true. But I respect both wigs equally.
This isn't about respect.
Yeah, but I'm saying it is, because if you see someone's boss in, it's like when you're trying to get a response from someone who's fucking ignoring you, like when you're like dealing with, say, like a sponsor or some shit, and this is the person you deal with from that brand, and they're not getting back to you. So you're like, all right, come on, I'm just going to CC in your boss.
Yep.
That is when you're being
But that's what
passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's what we're threatening right now.
But I don't want to be passive aggressive to the two wigs who are dear friends right now. It's if it gets to that point.
Then we will.
Then I'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it.
So if our requests fall on deaf ears,
And I'm CCing everyone.
yep.
I'll CC.
CC the fucking lot.
I'll CC everyone. Anyway.
Might run our idea by Reedy. Just
Yes.
see if it's tight.
Yes. Good. We
Watertight.
should run it by Reedy.
Watertight.
Yeah.
What does this idea look like in a perfect world? How does this come to fruition? What do you want to see?
I would like to see probably a show where the teams are announced on the show.
Can I come in?
It's your show, mate. Of course.
Would it be possible if I come in?
Yeah, mate. Come on.
In a perfect rugby league world, Cody,
A utopia.
a rugby league utopia where all is fair and just and right.
A rugby league Garden of Eden of sorts.
That's right. Less the snake.
Less the snake and less the only two humans to fuck each other.
It's
and inbreeding
basically like
sort of
everyone in the Garden of Eden's fucking hot and nude.
Yeah.
And ready to get down.
hot, nude, and hung.
Yeah. Hot, nude, hung, tight, if that's your preference. No, I'm just joking. But in this Garden of Eden, right, where everyone's hung and tight. No, I'm just joking.
No,
Just joking. No, in this Garden of Eden, right, what you're looking for is at 6 p.m. after the 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon game's finished. What do? We roll into a panel of whom? Joey Johns, fucking whatever. It doesn't matter what show you're watching. Let's say you're watching on 9. You got Joey there. You got.
Well, if this was the Eden, I'd like it to be across like an Avengers one where it's Joey, Gus,
like when
Maddie.
they're raising money for a flood.
Yes, exactly. Like a flood drive or whatever it's called. Jesus Christ.
Flood pledge.
A flood pledge. Joey, Gus, Freddie, JT, Cam Smith. And you got Maddie. I don't know who else is on Fox. Cooper, Braith.
Gal.
That's another Channel 9. Punters and dribblers, in celebration of the healthcare heroes in our fine community, Four Pines Brewing Co. is offering 49% off all dine-in food, beverage and takeaway food to registered nurses for a week. And that's kicking off on International Nurses Day, which is 12th of May.
So, from May 12th today to the 18th, next week, nurses can roll into any participating Four Pines venue and enjoy nearly half of their bill. Well deserved, if you ask me. Shout out to nurses. Fucking terrific. This is their way, Four Pines' way, of giving back, allowing nurses to come together as mates and have a good time over a beer and a feed. This is a wonderful idea, Tom.
It's a wonderful initiative. So, if you're a nurse, obviously you've already heard this, right? But if you are a friend of a nurse, we're all friends of the nurse, but if you've got a nurse who's a friend, you should let them know that this is going on. That at participating Four Pines venues, you're going to be able to go down and get 49% off your feed. It's a fantastic initiative from a fantastic organisation, and fuck me, I love Four Pines. I just had a thought while we had a brief
Tom.
intermission as to why that wouldn't work in terms of the Avengers style, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, Fox do not have the rights to State of Origin, so they don't want to do anything to like big up Nine's thingo, but I think you're dumb if you're Fox and you don't. Let's just say we don't have the Avengers. I think it's like if you were Fox, it's like own every piece of State of Origin except the game. Own all of it. Channel 9, if you want to do it, Channel 9, great. But Channel 9 don't strike me as like, they do like Sunday footy show, they do 100% footy. And they've got shows during the week, but they don't prioritise rugby league like shows as much as Fox do. If I'm Fox, I'm like, we just own everything but the game. So we do the show where the teams are announced. We do the fucking reviews and the teams are announced, like NRL 360 every night, setting the agenda and that.
Yeah, so you can do it.
But you just wouldn't have the crossover of the Avengers.
Whatever. There needs to be a show at 6 p.m., right? So the game finishes, show starts, the teams are announced on the show, everyone discusses it.
Well, Matty John's show starts at 6.
They crossed a Laurie, they crossed a fucking Billy, the Bush Poet. And you just have a beautiful hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, Cody Totes, of uninterrupted, wall-to-wall Origin action.
Interviews with players.
I'd go a step further. If I'm in charge of Channel 9, I'm saying the news will be delayed. Get the fuck over it. Things are more important than new news. Heard of it? State of Origin. More important.
Or, Eddie, because we do live in the digital age, heard of it. Just put it on 9Gem. And that's not the news. Keep the news. Get P.O. doing his work. That's Peter Overton. And then 9Gem can be your rugby league.
Or Go, whatever.
Go. There's another one, Life, I think.
Probably not Life.
You wouldn't go on Life.
For cooking.
Well, it's a bit lowbrow. Rugby league bigger than 9 Life.
Well, it's Gem. It's at least Gem. Go, I think in the hierarchy of, is it 9Gem, Go, Life?
I think so.
I think that's probably about right.
That's how I'd see it.
I don't see any reason whatsoever why that can't work, why we can't all as a people, as punters and dribblers, marinate in State of Origin selection, drama, news, and controversy. Yep. Because at the moment, it's fucking dicky as hell. And I got to be honest with you, if there was a show of that magnitude that dropped every Sunday night when teams are announced, we'd already be talking Origin. No one's talking Origin.
No.
Not really. Not like they should be.
No.
Not like they should be.
You and I setting the agenda here.
Fuck yeah, we are. We just had Justin Horrow in here. Heard of him? Great bloke. They didn't even really talk it. Do you know what I'm saying? What's going on?
What's happening here?
What's happened to the world? State of Origin selection this weekend. New South Wales hold the shield. Game 3 win. Heroics last year. Bradman Best, Bunsen motherfuckers. Mitch Moses went full Lebo. Like, what are we talking about? I'm upset.
No,
And I'm fired
with
up.
you. And listen, you just hope the big wigs pay attention.
Well, we're sending an email
Yeah, we are.
after this.
Once we're done. Now, that's State of Origin. I mean, like, yes, Latrell should be in the side. Yes, Critter should be in the side. This might sound controversial, but I don't want Tom Trbojevic in that Origin side at all for a multitude of reasons. He ain't right. The kid ain't right. Right now, he ain't right. When he is right, greatest player of all time, he ain't right. He should not be near that Origin
If
side.
you're picking Tommy Turbo, you're blind.
And it's not like, oh, he's just not playing great because he's in a shit side, or like the boys aren't going well.
No,
It's
he's
no,
playing.
he's not. He's not.
He's playing within himself.
He ain't right. And Critter and Trell are right. They're fucking steaming
well,
hot.
they're cherry.
They're steaming hot. Like, it's not even really a conversation. I think the biggest conversation is like Teddy or Dill
Or Pap.
or Pap. That's the question, right?
That's a rugby league question.
That's a question you could ask.
Yeah. And I'd be willing to field answers. I think the halves are settled. It's just who wears the six, who wears the seven.
Exactly.
We've been over this. Obviously, Connor Watson off the pine, setting the tone. Brows, biceps. What's that? What do we call him?
Pecs, brows, pecs, pipes, brows.
Pecs, pipes, brows. Robson sips into 9.
I think Luai misses out on the side altogether.
I think so, Tom.
Especially after that 62-0, 64-0 humping. I think Connor Watson remains the 14.
I think Luai, thanks for your service
I think even
to the state.
I'd be prepared to say to Jake, thanks for your service to the state.
Jake's not getting picked, Tom.
Well, there's a lot of innuendo saying he might. That's obviously...
There's no way.
We'll talk to Brent Reid, Queensland journo, trying to push fucking Queensland agenda.
There is zero chance, I would say, of Jake getting picked. And that's with all due respect to Jake, who was the State of Origin winning captain last year.
Yes, but you've got Payne, you've got
No one
Mitch
sucked
Barnett.
Jake off more than us.
No, you've got Payne, you got Mitch, you got Terrell, but some saying Terrell won't get picked.
Right, well, if Jake got picked over Terrell, that would be shocking in the extreme.
How do you fit Pap in if you've got...
Well, you'd have him at fullback.
Well, you don't. So he's either fullback or he's not on the side.
What about hit off the bench?
No.
Instead of Connor Watson, Mr. Versatile.
That's what I've been seeing lately,
No.
potentially.
Paps can only play fullback. Whereas, and I mean, Queensland
It could
obviously
be good utility for the back line if anyone goes down.
But Connor can play everywhere.
Connor can play
he can play
hooker,
hooker, he can play back
lock,
row, he can play centre, he can play halves, he can play fullback.
So there's no
At a
room
pinch,
for him.
he could. It's not his preferred position, but he could do it.
Kid could do it.
So I think that would be fucking...
But I also, like, I wouldn't begrudge Pappenhausen being the first pick to fullback.
We're not talking... Yeah, if that's a conversation I'll allow
yeah.
and entertain. If you turned around and said, we're picking Pap, I go, yep, right, sweet. Sounds about right. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Dylan Edwards hasn't been blowing cocks off this year.
No. And, you know, again, it's that been there, done that, did it for the state and that, 2 games for the state and that. I don't know. I'm just still like...
Well, I mean, we're falling back into an old trope, Tom.
Too many weapons in the duffel bag and we
Yeah.
get distracted by weapons that are maybe fresher and newer, but like...
It's a New South Wales
I'd give Dylan a game.
fallacy.
I'd give Dylan a game.
1,000%.
You give Dill first crack at it.
If they turned around and said, we're picking the same halves from last year, they earned the right, I'd go along with it.
Same. I would. But Naif has looked good.
Naif's looked incredible. And it's Naif's time.
Naif's terms.
Ed, you were pretty bullish last year on Nathan not being picked, and maybe you were caught up in the emotion post winning in Queensland.
Yeah, well,
have you kind of come back on that now?
Okay, so of course I was. A, yes I was. B, you are reminding me at the right time, Cody. I've just mentioned, but I'll double down on it. The old New South Wales fallacy, grass is greener, when you've just fattened fucking heifers in this paddock and sold them for a record price, i.e. we got the win last year. Why change something that's worked? And I can go along with that. The problem is that 6 months it's like an eternity in rugby league. And now
a week's a long time in rugby.
Well, a week's a long time. A day can be, Tom, for fuck's sake. Now I arrive at a position where the Tigers got absolutely humped. Jerome's old man wants him to agitate for a bloody release. And you've got Nathan Cleary out there doing the thing. Doing the damn thing. I would be happy, as I've just said, if they went with the same side, Moses and Law. I'd be happy with that.
And Jake?
No, out of respect to Jake, I'd allow it, but I think it would be interesting.
Yes.
I think it'd be a very interesting decision.
To your point you raised there, Cody, about Eddie being bullish on keeping the same halves and all that and all that and all that. What I think and obviously you're a younger gentleman, handsome at that, but younger, world in front of you and all that sort of stuff, not seen as many winters. The mark of a man or a woman, and Eddie and I have always lived by this, is to not be married to your beliefs and to be prepared to change your mind.
Prepare to get divorced.
Be prepared to get divorced. Exactly.
Don't be ideas.
Don't be married to your wife. Ideas. And if new information comes to hand that needs to be consumed, then you've got to be prepared to change your mind. Otherwise, you know, you find yourself 10 years down the road and you're still picking
Moses and Luai.
Yeah.
And they've retired.
And they're retired.
And you're like,
you want Kurt Gidley to captain the side.
Exactly. And you go, no, but to pick them because they got it done. The last time we won a game 3 is they were playing. So let's pick them, is what a potential future 10 years from time guy married to his beliefs would say. I think we can all agree that there was a lot of people calling during the dark times for Joey to come out of retirement. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where it gets to if you're married to your beliefs, which we're not, because we're prepared to get divorced from our beliefs, not our wives, our beliefs. But I would get divorced from my wife if things went horribly wrong.
Well, you'd be prepared.
That's right.
You don't want to
die by the sort of stuff.
You don't want to get divorced.
No, I don't want to get divorced. I want that on the public record, but I would if I had to.
You'd consider it.
I'd probably get trampled in the courts. Rather not.
Yeah, no, you want to avoid that at all costs because you would get trampled in the courts.
I'd get trampled in the courts.
You'd get absolutely trampled, dude.
Me in the courts.
Yeah. Well,
we'd have we have a storied history.
No.
I just feel like in that situation.
Well, what we do in preparation for that is write you out of the business.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything.
No, yeah. Tom owns it all.
Yeah.
And then in the courts, you might get trampled, but it's for what little you have.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything. I gave it all the time. Yeah. Now I'm relying there heavily on Tom being a great bloke and giving it back to me. And
luckily for you, that's exactly what I'd do. But you are high wire act here. You know, you are on the beam, just trying to. Is Tom going to fuck?
Oh, that'd be a curveball. Get in there, right? I want half Hello Sport. Well, a quarter of it. You go. I don't own it. Tom does.
Yeah, and then you come back to me and you go, all right, sweet, we're divorced, can I have it back? And I go, what?
Yeah, you go, what are you talking about? This is a long-winded way of saying that you can't be married to your rugby league beliefs, and that's why you find me on May the something.
12th, Jack McLennan's birthday.
6 sleeps away from an Origin side getting announced saying, fuck Jarome Luai. I'm a Moses Clearyman. There you go. There I said it.
Yep. I think that's fine. I think it's a really
and in terms of who I'd pick it fully, at fully I've 1,000% got Dylan Edwards to start.
1,000%.
Yep. I do feel safe with him under a high ball in a sky blue jersey. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Who wears the 6 and who wears the 7?
Well, obviously Cleary wears the 7. We've been over this.
I'm now more confident. After Cleary's game against the Broncos, I'm like, he will be 7. But you owe me $500 already, so it's not the biggest issue.
Well, you said it was coming out of the business anyway, so it would technically be squared away.
Yeah.
Latrell needs to be in the side. We know that. Stephen Crichton needs to be in the side.
We know that.
I think you'll remember famously Tom and I declaring that as long as Stephen Crichton's on an edge defensively,
good luck.
The Queensland Maroons never score down that edge again.
I tell you, here's another controversial take. I don't have Hamole in my side anymore, my Origin side.
Hamole's 2025 has been
mixed. And maybe that's part of the team, but like when he's in Origin, I guess if he just ran it, if they picked him and it's like, oi brah, do not even look for an offload. You just run for the first like 30 minutes. However, I don't know what his stints would be. Just run. But if you got Crichton and you got Yo and you've got Martin, Huddy Young's got to be in there because Huddy's all of it.
Well, he's all of it, Tom, and he's from Maitland, or at least a region around Maitland.
That sort of area.
You're a hard cunt if you're from that part of the world.
Yes.
You know? Like they're digging up earth.
Yeah. Bare
left,
hands.
right, and centre out that part of the world, mate. If you're exposed to that sort of environment where there's a lot of like heavy machinery around, and there's a lot of people working long hours,
Riggers and shit,
tough hours to make okay money. I think to make ends meet, to put food on the table, Tom, to use a rugby league term, then I think that you are born for the Origin Arena.
Yeah.
So he goes in. Duh. Cam Murray's a loss, but we move on. I feel like he never plays Origin anymore.
Well, that's not fair. He's been injured. But so you got Connor, Terrell, Huddy. Is there someone I'm missing? I mean, obviously, because we need another player. Spenny.
Spenny lad. Another setter of tone.
Yes. And then, you know what the silver lining is that there are no Manly players in that team, and we aren't Origin affected except for Ches.
And then we get back to what's, good about not having players in Origin is that you make an assault on buy-round footy.
Yes.
For 2 points.
Hopefully. Not even guaranteed.
No, it's not.
There's been, I don't know, I actually don't have too much insight into this, but I think there's been a few whispers that To'o's still not quite 100%. I haven't listened to the NRL Physio's podcast, but he kind of alluded to it in a caption. If To'o's not fit, again, he might be. I don't have enough insight. But if he's not, and Lomax is only coming back this week, who's your next winger in line?
That's a good point. I wonder whether you could go Critter and Lomax on the wing with a Baddie Best in the centres.
But I like Stephen too much defensively.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if we're just saying who's your wingers. Like Karaz is someone that's thrown around. I think Karaz is a great player.
Is Tupou past it?
No.
I don't think he is.
I don't think Tupou is. Is the Fox? The Fox has been playing great rugby league.
Yes, he has been playing great rugby league.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Fox.
He's been playing incredible rugby league.
Everyone thought because he left the Dogs in acrimonious circumstances that he was just kind of done, but it was no, he was still playing good.
Dude, he's been
great.
He's
come to the Eels and he's still playing good.
He's been playing great.
I'd see the Fox back in blue.
It's a good looking side.
I'd see the Fox back in blue. And I think Lomax is good enough just to go straight.
Lomax will go straight in.
If Lomax has a good game this weekend, he's straight back
Lomax will go back in, and Brian loves the state, so I expect him to play.
So do I. But if Brian is a bit under an injury cloud, Fox. But I'd like Brian there. I want that known.
Yeah, he did get through the whole game on the weekend, so I'm assuming he'll be there.
It needs to be known.
Dylan Edwards played wing for Australia.
Put him in and then Paps at the back, or Slips.
Or Slips.
A good friend.
Anyway, these are all we're wet with options.
We're not just wet with options, wet with anticipation.
Yes. I don't think Turbo. You could pick Turbo on the wing.
We're not picking Turbo.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
we're not picking him.
You could. You really could. Just for a second, you really could.
I reckon he's playing 30%.
Yeah, but you could pick him on the wing.
Maybe 25.
You could though.
I don't want to. I
don't want to either, but I'm just saying.
Mate, something would happen.
Of course something would happen.
Yeah, so that's why we're not doing it. Well, of course you could. Of course you could.
Do you reckon there's ever a world where Marky Mark is ever considered, or is he way too green?
I don't think he's way too green.
No, he's played for the fucking Wallabies. He's played for the country. He's played in World Cups. He's played in that high pressure cooker situation.
Well, I think he's coming from a rugby league perspective.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's a man.
He's not too green for the moment. No.
Well, that's what I mean.
No.
Is he too green for the game of rugby league at the highest level? I don't think so. He's a fucking animal.
I think Mark's been superb. We've got options on the wing. Don't know that.
They probably wouldn't pick Marky Mark, but geez, he'd be a good style of a bloke in blue.
I don't think that Laurie Daly would be anti-Mark. I think Mark's on some sort of board that he's got. Like if he's got a board of names, Mark's on it.
Yeah,
I reckon
a charcuterie board of names.
A charcuterie. I don't even know what that means.
What's the cheese board?
Just what I had on the weekend.
Caramel slider.
Me and Josh came out with a song. Do you want to hear it?
Yep.
If you want to get fancy, this is how you do it. You eat that slaughter, the tiramisu. You want to get fancy, this is how you do it. You eat that slaughter, the tiramisu.
It is fancy, dude.
What do you think about that
Well,
song?
I like it. It's a great fucking song, and it's a fancy dish. You know?
You like that song?
I love the song. I love the song. Shout out Tara Masalata. Fish eggs.
Yeah. Righto, well, that's Origin. Queensland side, I don't care.
No.
Do Queenslanders have any back rowers?
Dave Fafita, lol.
Nanai Gilbert.
Fermor?
Nanai, Fermor, Gilbert,
Sewer.
Plath, maybe. Sewer.
You know? That's the thing about the Queensland side. You can look at it and you go, oh, I feel nothing. But then they'll go out there and hump you.
Yeah. They got
You gotta be
Tino.
careful.
They got
no.
Tino. They got fucking Carrigan.
Ben Hunt's out.
They got beasts.
Ben Hunt's out.
So if they want to do the double hookers, they'd probably have to call Marnie in.
Grant will come back. They won't do double hookers. I reckon they'll do maybe what's
Just one-on-one.
Dearden. So
How much does double hookers cost you?
well,
What are you looking at? Yeah, right. Yeah, I suppose.
Depends where you're going, yeah. Fuck Queensland. That Purdue though, they're saying people are already throwing his name around in Origin.
Purdue can play.
Yeah.
I tell you, it would have been hard waking up as if your name was Darby Sunday morning.
Darby, Jesus Christ, he found a way to fuck up, didn't he?
My
5 or 6 errors.
Oh my God. Well, Cleary kicked him to death.
The fact that they didn't lose is probably a silver linings playbook, though.
He got kicked to death, and then when he dropped it, he bumbled it in the in goal, and they fucking scored that try. God save us.
Yeah, tough.
When it rains, it pours, it seems.
Yeah. Did you see those cheeky, cheating Penrith fucks, though? Did you see that the trainer
Yeah, wetting the ball.
wetting the ball in Golden Point?
But is that just play on? Is that must be done all the time?
Listen, is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Is it a bit dodgy? Is it a bit like, what are we doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, not necessary. That's more. It's like, it's just not necessary. Now, was it wet in that game anyway? So it maybe didn't make a difference?
No, it was dry there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't fucking remember. I just don't think it's
I don't
necessary.
think it rains up there much, unless it's a wet season. Don't shoot me.
Well, if it's a wet season, it rains heaps.
But I feel like if they're playing at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, it's always dry.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
That's just a vibe I'm having.
It's a bit how you going from Shane Elford, former player.
I like it from Shane. I got to be honest with you. I just think that's rugby league. It's a bit grubby. It's a bit dirty like that, you know?
I tell you what, it won't be getting an email from me to the bigwigs. You know what I mean? It hasn't made me feel that much, but it's just a bit like, eh.
Are you looking for Shane to lose his fluoros?
No, dude, I wouldn't be asking for his fluoros. Hand in your fluoros and your vest.
Hand in your vest.
Hand in your fluoros and your water bottles.
Carrier.
Yeah.
Because you got to bring your own carrier.
So he's called
for a
into the
trainer.
office and he's like, I'm going to need you to hand over your fluoros and your water bottle carrier.
Because obviously you don't supply the water bottles the club does, but you got to bring your own carrier. You know.
I'm not asking Shane to hand him in, but not necessary. But good for column inches.
Good for well, you can argue it got him a draw.
Well, you could. I don't know if you'd argue that. Did they drop the ball off the kickoff? No. Then it probably didn't. But a draw they got.
Geez, I tell you what though.
If you're Mitch Kenny, you're kicking yourself.
Yeah, you are.
Last 2 seconds of full time, you decide to run yourself instead of give it to Nathan Cleary. Heard of him?
Yeah, you heard of that bloke before? It was, geez, you feel sorry for the punters that were on the line heavy and they're up by 12 with 7 to play. You feel sorry for those punters.
Yep.
Geez, you feel sorry for the punters that were on them big, up by 12, 7.5 to play. Maybe it was 8 minutes.
Good game of footy, though. I tell you what, can I talk about something quickly from that game? And we can probably get the Storm
Scotty
on the
Drink
screen.
can play rugby league.
No, Blaze Talangi.
Oh, thank you very
Blaze
much.
Talangi or
Four-
Taulagi or Talangi.
4 assists? 5 assists?
4 assists and a try, I believe. That kid, as Sebo said, he's starting to believe. And then I went and spent time making that video, and then they didn't win the game. 4 try assists for the kid, plus a try, just in time for Origin when Nafe goes. That was a fucking performance. Tries off kicks,
Mate,
deft passes.
some of the kicks he put in were superb.
Yeah, Blaze Talangi.
Who was it? It was Garner. Luke Garner's first try. That shape.
Yeah.
really nice.
Really nice stuff.
Really, and Garner can run a hole too, which has always turned me on. If you can run a hole, you get me hard.
But look at the tries. It was all on the left, all on his side. Papali'i, Garner, Jenkins, and then himself. So, I mean, if you had Alamotti any time, you'd be fucking furious because
they didn't go right.
They didn't go right the whole night. 30 all, though. 30 all, a point each. Tell you what, the Panthers didn't need that in their quest for the top 8. Did not need that.
But again, so what? Derby scores 71st minute. The Cowboys threw some delicious stuff at them. I was fucking screaming at the TV.
As you should.
On multiple occasions. Then when Dearden scored that try, I was like, oh, for God's sake. But they look good, the Cows, in patches. In patches. But then the Panthers look good in patches. Just a very frustrating game if you're a punter. A very, very, very frustrating game.
Yes. Or if you're a Panthers fan, or if you're a Cows fan. Old Toddy Payton almost said fuck in the press conference.
Shout out to Todd. Well, because he's just annoyed.
He's blinged out. You seen the ice on that man? He's rocking a rollie. He's got a fucking, looks like a diamond chain around the wrist.
Is that right?
He looked iced out, dude.
Is that right?
Iced.
Must be on a good wicket up there.
Wow. Coach of the Cows, man.
What else have we got? That was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Trell's 50-metre drop goal.
What about his try-saving tackle?
Try-saving tackle, he did a couple. He did one on Mariner, Dean. He did one on Payne Haas, rampaging.
Unbelievable.
And then he hits a 49-metre field goal off his cock.
Mate, he was special. He was special.
That drop goal was absurd.
Mate, I reckon he could kick one from 70.
I reckon he could kick one probably from 55.
If he got one real sweet.
Well, that one went like maybe 4 metres beyond the...
Yeah, but it's wet too.
That was ridiculous.
The water's got to, the rain's got to slow him down, doesn't it?
That was...
Makes the ball heavier.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, ball's heavier. Well done, Tobler. Look at that. That's black dot too. Or was it navy, actually? But
And then just ice cold, dude.
Yeah, that's flex. That's flex stuff.
He was in a mood, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And then that try at the end, people think bad sportsmanship. I just think it's whatever. The game was over. Dude, I wish I had him in any time. That would have been nice. Play the whistle, you know what I mean?
You got to play the whistle, Tom.
Don't get so butthurt and upset. Play the rugby league whistle.
You've got to play the whistle. If Bill Harrigan taught us anything, it's play the whistle.
And he taught us plenty. But what did he teach us? He taught us to play the whistle.
Always play the whistle. Isn't that what you're taught when you're playing like under sixes?
Yeah,
play the whistle?
Yeah.
Never stop believing?
That's the biggest drop goal I think I've ever seen.
You heard of Ned's, mate?
Oh, Ned's heard of her?
Heard of Ned's? Or?
Listen, I love Ned's. Ned's love me. We love Ned's. We're a family.
We're a family. You and me.
And
we're
Ned's.
a family.
That makes 3.
Of us.
Yeah. No, well, I just left it on 3 because me and 3 and, you know, that rhymes. Us does.
Put it this way. It's a menage a trois.
Yeah.
Me, Tom, Ned's. Ned's, Tom, me.
Get around the pots. We haven't had a pot for a while. We did a magic round pot. There might be a pot coming up. Not yet. I reckon our next pot will be Origin 1. Alpha blokes coming down. They're going to be getting on the couches with us, those Queensland dogs.
Giddy up.
Shout out to Ned's. If you can have a punt, always responsible, please, and do it with Ned's because they're our friends. You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
What's going on with the Broncos?
Now, this is funny.
Like, what's doing?
Well, I love, you want to talk about column inches? Buzz Rothfield has been absolutely masooting Madge at the moment.
Oh, this is Madge's fault.
Well, Madge got him down a day earlier to get him on a fucking swanky cruise on Anthony Bell's celebrity accountant's yacht. And apparently Buzz has been talking to player managers and the players weren't happy. They had to come down a day early on a 5-day turnaround. And then Madge was trying to hide the fact that they were out on a swanky cruise. And it was like...
They went out on Ghost, did they?
Yeah.
Did they?
That's so dribbly, you know the name of the boat. So Madge is like... Madge's plan was to have a cultural excursion. He wanted these guys to go on an excursion, you know, written note from mum and dad sort of stuff, to Fort Denison.
Are we taking the piss here?
No, I'm not. You think I'm making this up? Madge wanted him to get to Fort Denison, right?
Via Ghost.
The reason they had to take Ghost is because there wasn't a water taxi that could take 30 big, burly, beefy boys, or 17, whatever it is. So then he was talking to some like maritime people or some shit, and they didn't have anything that could fit him. So then Madge hits up his old mate Anthony Bell, accountant to the stars. Oi, Belly, can I borrow a Ghost for the Arvo?
Need to take the boys to Fort Denison.
Then
a rocky outcrop in the harbour. They
in
turned
the harbour.
into not much.
But I think it was about like, you know, it was about like, you know, what can you do? Grit, grind, determination. I believe also reading from Buzzley Rothfield that Tom Slingsby, Olympic gold medalist sailor.
I was going to say, I think in the dinghy.
Yep. He was coming on board to talk about like fucking mental fortitude and giving it all, and, you know, giving it all.
And
Giving it
reading
your
the
all
wind.
and that.
Application to rugby league.
Application to rugby league, well, kicks and that. So this was meant to be a cultural experience, or maybe cultural's the wrong word.
Cultural.
Not the right word.
No.
But it was meant to be an excursion, right? This is an excursion where you're going to learn.
Historic.
Well, vibe, mentality, you know.
If you're going to Fort Denison, that's...
Yeah, but it was like, I think maybe the Fort Denison thing about like forts, how to be a fort.
Were they just sailing past it, or did they get off and have a game?
I don't know if they made it to Fort Denison. I think in the end they just hung out on Ghost, which I could understand.
The caviar was too good.
Well, and apparently Madge called Buzz and ripped his fucking ears off yesterday for 15 minutes about like, this was a fucking cultural experience. We had Tom Slingsby, Fort Denison, fucking maritime, water taxis.
Is this Madge Maguire scrambling because it's made the papers and he's trying to like add things retrospectively into his excursion?
Maybe, but then also is
Was
a Buzzley...
this just a piss up on a super yacht?
I doubt
And they
it.
sailed past Fort Denison, and he's like, well...
But that doesn't strike me as
And
a
then
Madge...
Slingsby was just on the boat?
That doesn't strike me as Madge Maguire material. Madge Maguire...
Ghost doesn't strike me as
Yeah, but
Madge material,
Madge-
but he was on it anyway.
Yeah, but Madge's mate owns Ghost, and Madge can't find a water taxi to fit Payne Haas, so he needs a super yacht, which I can understand. If you're going to make the super yacht and you can't get into a water taxi, hit up Belly with the Ghost.
Right. So that's yeah. No, you're right. If you can't get a water taxi because it just couldn't possibly happen, then you got to get Ghost.
Get Ghost
Yeah.
to drop you at Fort Denison. Now, I don't know if they made it to Fort Denison or not. I did read the article, but I don't remember. But what we
It
do
would be.
say.
It would
doesn't
have
say
been
if they made it.
fucking funny seeing Payne Haas getting tendered off Ghost to Fort Denison.
Yeah.
That would have been funny to
Yeah.
watch.
I wonder whether Ghost has ever even been to Fort Denison. Probably not.
Well, hard to say.
Well, of course it is. It's either one or two things. Obviously, the Broncos under the pump because they're actually currently right now worse off than they were this time last year with Kevin Walters. But there's a lot of anti-Madge shit from your sort of your Gordies. I don't know about Buzz necessarily, whether he's on that sort
Well,
of.
of course, there's anti-Madge stuff from Gordy because he's
No, I know, but
Team Kev.
so I'm trying to work out whether this is Buzz trumpeting an anti-Kev line or an anti-Madge line. Like, is Buzz on Kev's side?
Was the nature of Buzz's article that the Broncos have lost their way?
It was that Madge is already offside with some of the players. They're not happy with the way they fucking had to come down a day early for Fort Denison. He trained them too hard in the preseason. He's training them too hard week to week, so they're not getting up for games because they're too tired. They're not doing any better. They need to be winning premierships. That is the tone, the timbre of Madge's of Buzz's article.
Tell you what, she's a tough old gig, that Broncos gig. What are we, 8 rounds into the season?
Yep.
Oh, nah, you fucking sack them. Sack them all.
Yep.
Sack them all. I, for one, stand with Madge.
Same.
I'll tell you why. Little old thing got Origin last year.
Yeah.
You can go back and check the tapes. I wasn't a big Madge guy.
Neither.
I had my reservations Madge Maguire. He answered all the questions I needed answering last year, Tom, when he led us to greatness, when he led us to the promised land, when he led us to glory.
Buzz started bringing up the fact that he lost the players at the Rabbitohs, lost the players at the Tigers. Like, he was going for him.
Mate, if you can't see the cultural benefit of going to Fort Denison on a super yacht that costs like 30, 40 million, then I can't help you.
No.
That's modern Australia.
Well, it's not
the old and the new, my
it's
friend.
not my job
the
to
rich and the
educate
poor.
you on the benefits of arriving to Fort Denison on Ghost
This is
after
where,
a belly full of lobster.
I mean, it seems obvious to me. Look how great your lives are. You're full to the brim on lobster, on oysters, on
Tarama
prawns,
salata.
and on tarama salads. And this is where you could have been if you lived in the 1800s and you were a convict. Thank your lucky stars you're not here.
Yep.
Thank your lucky stars you're here with me
Playing.
old mate Belly,
Yeah.
sitting on the harbour, drinking fucking
Dom.
Perignon.
Yeah.
Like
Let's
that.
go beat the Rabbitohs.
Let's go beat the Rabbitohs. That seems pretty obvious to me.
You know what they didn't necessarily plan for? So
And then you got Slingsby talking about how to read the wind.
yeah, but you know what the Rabbitohs had? Tugger. Tugger was in camp.
Was he?
Yeah.
Tugger was in camp.
They had Tugger in camp.
Steve Waugh was in camp.
Yeah, mate.
Tugger.
They had Tugger in camp.
Mr. Serious.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Wayne got Tugger in.
Well, fuck, that gets you up.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you got a super yacht, you got Fort Denison, you got Slingsby, all things that are, I get you trying to marry these things together. Wayne just got Tugger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I'm just getting Tugger.
Yeah.
You can have mixed messages over here with like 50 different things that I got to consider here. You're going to confuse me.
Yeah. Well, it's rugby league players as well, by the way.
You know, you got to remember that, right? Like, oh, okay, Fort Denison, what's that? Well, now I've got to learn about Fort Denison. Why am I on a super yacht, though? Like, what the fuck's going on? And then Slingsby.
on a 5-day turnaround, now I'm being asked to study
Yeah.
when I don't fucking do that shit. I play rugby league.
And then you've got bloody Slingsby. You reckon rugby league players even know what fucking sailing is?
Yeah. What, that you won gold medal in the 55 laser class?
Yeah.
What the fuck are
You
we
think
talking
Payne
about?
Haas gives a fuck about the laser class, dude?
Payne Haas couldn't give a flying fuck about the laser class.
Now,
With
Tugger-
all due respect, Tugger, you got a great name.
Oh,
First
well,
and foremost.
You're talking about an Australian captain, one of the greatest teams of all time, and
Well, the greatest.
the greatest team of all time, Australian captain, fucking last ball 100 at the G. You know what I
Fading
mean?
light
Fading light.
at the G.
Tugger, red handkerchief in the pocket and shit. Tugger.
Tugger. Statue at the front of the SCG. Members.
Tugger.
Tugger.
Yeah, Tugger in that.
Tugger in that. Averages
and
what?
it's-
54. Like Tugger in
It's
that.
a simplicity of messaging.
Yeah.
This guy's a weapon. His nickname's Tugger.
Go out there and
Go
win.
out there and win.
Yeah. It's a simple game for simple people.
Yes.
I think Matty John said that several times. Heard of him? So Wayne, that's the genius of Wayne.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Here, Tugger win.
Tugger play
do
cricket.
good. You go and you win too. That's the message.
that's it.
Whereas fucking Madge gets in there and he's like, hey, listen, back in the 1800s, you had to go to Fort Denison if you're a convict.
Also, we got a guy that sails boats.
Yeah.
And we're on a super yacht.
Mate, if you're drinking champagne for the first time in your life, you're probably confused about what the fuck's going on. You're
It's
not-
in your head.
yeah, in your head.
I'm getting all bubbly and giddy.
Oh, Mr. Bubbly and Gilly. And then Mr. Bloody Laser Class comes on here, dropping bloody knots and fucking booms and bloody
Yeah. Starboard and port and shit.
starboard and port and fucking what's all that bloody pansy stuff? Too
Wind.
confused. Wind. Pfft. Or it's play
Wind.
footy,
Just
mate.
play footy, mate. Just truck to fucking just run it.
Fucking
Have you ever thought about fucking off the wind shit, Slingsy, and just fucking running it?
right. Oi, Slingsby, drop the fucking pansy shit, mate, and just fucking run it,
Just
mate.
truck the fucking boat up, dude. You thought I was just fucking going straight with
Oi,
that
why'd
boat?
you tack, you fucking soft cunt? Just fucking get up the guts and into them, mate.
Yeah. You're not fucking Hodges, mate, running across the field. Just fucking go straight, mate.
Just fucking pin your fucking ears back, son.
Slingsy's sitting there going like, what am I doing here?
Why would you tack your soft cunt?
Oi,
Slingsby.
Slingsby. Yes, Payne Haas in the back. Why would you tack your soft cunt? You ever just run it straight, mate? Thank you, Brendan Piacora. We're going to move on.
So I'm glad we've arrived at this point, Tom, because it makes complete sense to me now why the Rabbitohs won 22-14.
Yeah.
And the Broncos look like pure shit.
Messaging.
It's all messaging.
Yep.
It's all messaging. Shout out to Slingsby. How many goals did he get?
I think he's got 2 or 3.
He was definitely in the low.
Always been doing it for a while. What did Slingsby used to sail, Tobler?
Yeah, the laser dinghy. I'm pretty sure he only got 1 gold in 2012.
Ouch. I thought he got one recently in the second one. I don't trust you And I mean that with respect.
Can I ask where you looked that up?
Wikipedia.
You went to his wiki?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay, I trust you.
I trust you. You were very anti-Wikipedia for a long time, which I found very confusing.
I was just relying on Google too heavily as a resource.
Yeah, you're using ChatGPT
Deeper
yet?
in Wikipedia. I do, but then I try and verify because ChatGPT is still all over the shop.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you'd probably be better than you, though.
Probably.
Correct. Can you get just the rest of the results up so you can just have a look? Eels lose to the Dolphins. Yeah. Knights. That team sucks. That team sucks, dude. 20-0, was it?
20-0 at halftime.
This was another instance of me just needing to sometimes just get away from the noise. Maybe just drive home with no music on, no sound at all, and just go internal, get guttural, as in go down to the gut level. Not guttural raw.
Go down on yourself.
I can't do that. Ribs and that. Too extra. I've got too many ribs.
Too many ribs.
Yeah, too many ribs. I don't know how many ribs normal people have. How many ribs you got? Like 10?
I think it's 8, isn't it?
Well, I need 6.
Yeah.
12
Obviously.
on each side.
12 on each
So
side.
I need 10
Yeah.
on each side.
Maybe 8.
Marilyn taught me that. Is that in my gut, Tom? I felt like the Titans were going to win this game. I didn't bet that way, but in my gut, that's what I thought. I was like, nah, that's dumb, bro. Come on. Switch on.
Listen, at 20-0 at halftime, I thought that mine, again, about even chat, my bet was fucked. But the Knights stink. They stink. They smell bad. Odorous. Stink. Yuck. Gross. This game sucked as well, and so I'm glad I only sort of glanced at it. The game that was wild, and I know we've taken a while to get here, but there's been a lot going on. Column inches and that.
Well, listen, if you want to talk Fort Denison with me, I will.
Yeah. No, I'll strap the fuck in and talk Fort Denison. Raiders Dogs.
20-0.
20-0. Another 20-0. But this game, 1v2, the game almost proved that both teams are really good and can win it, and also that both teams can't be trusted. That first half from the Raiders was fantastic. They were phenomenal. And the Dogs, poo. Second half, Raiders gross, Dogs phenomenal.
I like the makeup of the current NRL outside of obviously Manly sucking. We'll get to that, and the Storm. I like that the 1v2 clash this year was the Raiders and the Bulldogs.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's fun.
That's great.
Raiders up 20-0. Dogs storm over the top of them. Fuck yes.
It's bloody insane how that happens and how it's been happening. Like, this was an absurd round of rugby league in the best
Absurd.
way possible. Absolutely absurd, except for the Manly game.
I think there was at one point they were like, if you're not behind 20-0 this weekend, then you're not going to win.
But it was just a wild, wild game. I was picking up a Mother's Day gift for my wife, and it was
Get her.
necklace.
Cute.
She got it. I picked it up.
Nice.
I'm not going out and getting something. I'm not fucking that up. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Of
You
course
tell
not.
me what you want, I get it.
Yeah, or just wink at things.
I'll miss that. You need to basically
No, I mean, like, let me know when you're winking.
yes, just tell me.
But if you want to be a little bit more subtle,
Well, yeah, you just point to it.
play a little game.
Yeah, that. It was 20-0. I got home. I got in the car at 20-0. I got home, and it was 20-all.
How far did you drive?
Fucking Paddington to Bondi.
Not far.
No, we'll look at it. 44, 46, 50.
Unbelievable.
57. Anyway, it rocked me to my little core. Not much else that game other than Salmon screaming weak at a dog when he scored a try, which I like.
I loved it.
It's good stuff.
Well, it's his
It's almost his
it's
character.
his calling card.
Yeah, sort of.
Is that the right word?
It was
It's his
thrust-
catch cry.
Yeah, it was thrust upon him.
It's his catch cry.
Yeah.
I don't even know what catch cry means, but I know what it means, but I don't know what it's called.
It's like a war cry.
catch cry sense. What's that? You know.
Grumpy coffee code this week is Raiders.
Yeah.
Because you can't be 20-0 up when you're the top of the table, almost. You would have been top of the table if you'd won it.
The Raiders would have woken up. Well, they would have gone to bed grumpy. They would have woken up grumpy, going, we had an opportunity there to in front of our own fans, G.I. Joe Stadium in Bruce.
G.I. Joe, yep.
Like, one day I want to sit down with Canberra planners and go, talk to me, because Bruce it's just not a suburb.
No, it's not. But grumpycoffee.com.au code Raiders is going to get you 10% off.
Yes, it is. Off pods, off beans, off ground, off everything.
Yep.
Off every single thing at grumpycoffee.com.au.
That's Raiders, dog.
10% off.
Raiders, dog.
No, just Raiders.
No, sorry, just Raiders.
Don't confuse the pun.
No.
Dragons, Warriors get the chockies.
Whatever. Whatever.
Probably one of the most boring games I've ever watched. But there was something about it, Tom. I was watching this game where it felt very much like, we're in the middle of a rugby league season now. This is sort of the hallmark I use. We're at G.I. Joe Stadium. We're at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong. It's raining. There's a couple of thousand fans there. And
it's what time is it? It's 5:30.
It's the 5:30 game, and I'm just like, it's cold and it's wet. I said to myself, we are in the middle of a rugby league season. I always feel like, when am I going to be in the middle of a rugby league season? This game comes on, I know immediately. Here we are. It's May something.
Yeah,
it's wet. Where there's a couple of thousand fucking absolute degenerates. Oh my God! And when they scored, bro, who was it that scored? Was it Clint Gutherson, their first try, and just the dribblers in the stands going up, the biggest diehards you've ever seen. That's rugby league.
Yeah, it's rugby league.
An absolute stinker of a game, but fun for those little moments.
I need it to just be a pinch colder to feel the true middle of rugby league season. I'm with you, but I need to be a pinch colder. And I'm thinking even because that's a night, but even like a freezing cold Saturday arvo. And it's just shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's set. We're getting fucking close.
Oh, don't you worry. That has all the hallmarks. I feel it too. Don't worry, I feel it too. But I just wouldn't mind.
And this dribbler when Clint goes over, just this big guy. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. The star jump out of the fat dribbler. I love that.
Yep. Sorry, Warriors. I know the Wars are like, can you talk about our games more? It's not this one. Can't. Luke Metcalf's a good style of a bloke. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you want us to talk about how you beat the Dragons 15-14?
By 1 point after you were 14-0 up?
Not going to do it.
No, I won't. I refuse. Now, we move on. Obviously, we've already spoken about the murder that happened with the Tigers and the Storm.
There's one more game.
I tell you what, Eddie, and I don't want to. Manly Seagulls may send me to an early grave. I don't want them to, but if I was to pass, I think that there's a very good chance that this team that does it to me.
Up until our first try, which was scored off the back of
an accident, basically.
An accident, essentially, a double kick that came good.
Yeah.
And it turned into something quite beautiful to watch.
Yeah, but it was like that's
up until that point. I remarked to those in the room, mainly to Tim Dumbrell, heard of him, that I'm just not enjoying watching Manly games.
No,
I'm not finding them enjoyable at all. I'm finding them to be quite
frustrating and stressful. I feel like I get angry at home.
I think I feel like the prevailing sentiment is anger almost.
Yeah. I'm getting and you know what makes it worse is having that fucking Andrew Voss commentate the games. Manly not good. This is Manly not good. I'm not making an excuse here. Andrew Voss hates Manly. He's like, oh, fuck, they're 14-0 down. They were 8-0 down the last time they played. They're going to need to be a whole lot better. Like, he just shits on, oh, geez, the Manly just look terrible. Manly haven't done this. And, yeah, I get it. They were bad. But you need to stop giving your fucking opinion. You're a commentator. Mm. Don't give your opinion on the game. Call the fucking game and let the opinion guys give their opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Manly had
You're a commentator.
Manly had some play where they're attacking the line, and I think they maybe put a kick in or something. He's like, oh, geez, I don't know about that. I don't give a fuck what you know about that. You're not the opinion guy.
You're a commentator.
You're a commentator.
Yeah.
You only seem to do it with Manly, or maybe I have a heightened sense because I'm only really listening for it when you do it in Manly. You might do it all the time. Or maybe you just hate Manly. I don't know. But just fucking...
No, I there was two commentators pissing me off on the weekend because of their, in my opinion, biases. It's Andrew Voss with Manly and it's Cormier with any Australian fighter.
Oh, Cormier, yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, mate, and show some fucking respect to a man beating the shit out of Bilal.
We'll get to it.
We're getting to that. But he fucking hates Australians, in my opinion.
Yes.
He won't admit it, but he does. So this game was going like shit, and then I started to believe. I never did. No, but I need some level of hope. Otherwise, what am I doing? You know, I might as well just not.
Well, in fairness, when it was 12 or 14 all, I did have some belief.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then Mulatalo got in Garrick's head. He was in Garrick's head all game, really. Garrick drops a ball, then he fucking fields it in the in goal, spills out, try time. I almost fucking flew into a fit of rage.
Yeah. Steph,
because we were back in it.
Steph on Mother's Day allowed me to eat dinner by myself because she could see I wasn't doing well.
How could ya?
She actually did. She came and she put the plate down on the table in the living room, and her and the girls ate in the other room. And I was like, "Thank you. I can't be around anyone right now." Like I wasn't. It was what happens. Like it's the level of understanding of a person when you've been with them for a fucking like 20 years.
Yep.
She just could see I was just it was killing me.
Yep.
She just came in and goes, "There you go," and I'm like, "Thank you so much." And she just went and sat there in the other room, and I'm just sitting there like, just silently. I think I was just like she could just hear me exhaling.
Can I want to get to a couple of things, Tom, and because these Manly segments have almost become. They're like this is like therapy for me now to talk to you about this stuff because I need to get it off my chest. One, I've got absolutely no idea at all how we were favourites for this game.
Oh, I know.
I think that's just like the dumbest fucking thing. Like
I'll never bet against Manly.
No.
God, I wanted to seeing those odds.
Mate, if you had half, and I'm talking even a quarter of a brain, if you'd been lobotomized, you could have looked at that game and said, that's fucking value.
260 or something they were getting?
What are we talking about? In what world were we favourites for this game? Madness in the extreme. What's really doing my rugby league head in, Tom, is how predictable we play.
Yeah, I know.
We're predictably shit.
Also,
with no shape.
Poor old Tommy Turbo, dear friend, heard of him. He's just not right. The kid ain't right. The kid's hurt and the kid ain't right.
No.
And it's hard. That also is hard to watch.
The only good thing Vossi said on the weekend was he's a good style. He looks good at fullback.
Listen, Vossi's a good commentator. Don't get it twisted. There were some moments there that made me laugh with Vossi because Vossi loves rugby league more than almost anyone you've ever heard. He's like the biggest Magoo, dorkiest rugby league fan ever. That sounded like a backhanded compliment. It's not. There's a Magooness to loving rugby league as much as Vossi does. That is endearing. But he hates Manly, so I hate him when he's commentating Manly games. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You hate me, I hate you.
But I think it was him. He was like Cooler at fullback, liked it.
I like Cooler at fullback, dude.
Cooler has been one of the few shining lights in the last 2 months.
This season.
Well, we started okay.
Yeah, we did, but he's been good like the whole year.
He's been great. He's been really good. He's been phenomenal, and he's strong as an ox.
Yes, he is.
Very hard to tackle. Big fan of his work. Like that, the rescue dog. Who the fuck do you think you are carrying the ball one-handed like it's fucking Joey 2005? Just pass it normally.
Yes.
Don't fucking swing it into his chest like a mad cunt. Just pop it up.
Hey, Hamole.
Pop it up.
Love ya.
Pop the cunt up.
Said it before. Run. Just run. Just run and then you know what? Run again. I don't need you to offload because if you're not running, then there's no offloads on. Just run it hard. Run it straight. Slingsby style. Fuck that tic-tac shit. Tough. Now, I don't know if it was Siebes or Deese, but they made a good point in the presser. We killed
Deese
ourselves.
has been quiet.
Well, yeah, he has, almost since, when do you reckon it started?
I was trying to think about
When
when
do you reckon
No,
it started
mate.
to
I'll tell you
go
what was doing my head in. I was
downhill?
sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, he started the season really well, and
Yeah.
then almost out of nowhere,
Just fucking-
so it's almost like something happened,
and it just sort of
and
went
he's not been the same since.
All
But
gone
I
off
couldn't
the
think
wagon.
about what it was
all
necessarily.
completely fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Wheels falling off and that. Wheels falling off and that. Have we won one game since that announcement?
Just one.
Just one.
Just
yeah.
one, yeah.
That was our third straight loss at home.
No, good. Good.
How many have we lost? Is that
I think we're
5?
5-4 now. Yeah, 5-4.
Is that 5 in the trot?
No, because we had a bye.
No, take the buyer.
I wouldn't take the bye out. It's important.
Penrith,
Oh, yeah, we beat Penrith.
Oh, that's right.
2 weeks ago.
I think that
The old rugby league memory.
maybe you can, if you can find it. I don't get, like, find it first and then bring it up if you can be bothered. But I think Steve said in the post game presser, we killed ourselves tonight. So I've heard a lot of things like we beat ourselves, we didn't turn up, we lost the game before we got there. But I have never heard of like we killed ourselves tonight. I'd believe it. I think it's probably correct. We killed ourselves out there tonight. That's not, you don't win rugby league games if you're out there fucking seppukuing yourself on the field.
Yeah,
We seppuku'd ourselves tonight. I'd love to hear a commentator. I'd love to hear a coach say that.
Yeah, we killed ourselves with poor ball control.
It's
Oh,
funny
the
how
old
we kill
seppuku.
Yeah.
You know,
Killed
didn't
ourselves with
make our
errors.
bed well enough.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Time to go. Kill yourself.
Yeah,
We killed ourselves tonight.
splash urine on the seat.
That is,
Seppuku.
no, that's worth it. I saw a drip in there after Tobler went in there.
Mr. Drips Tobler.
Yeah, well, he's either shitting or he's dripping.
Probably just water.
Mate, he did a shit the other day. I go, bro, you were in there for half an hour. He goes, mate, it was only 18 minutes.
It was more.
Swear to
closer
God, true
13.
story.
Okay, you can't be in there for 18 minutes taking a shit unless you're a parent
It
and you're
was-
trying to get away from your kids.
It was only 18 minutes, he reckons.
Hey, this was
only.
post Magic Round.
No,
It was
shut up, cunt,
fucked.
because everyone knows, like the talk and the whispers around the water coolers in this office is that you are always taking a shit.
No, it's different. So I'll do, like, if we're looking at time spent in bathroom per day, I'm probably at the bottom of the list.
Bullshit.
Everyone else goes more.
No, but you're in there for too long.
You sit
Maybe not
down
as
for a
long.
40-minute shit and no one needs that long. You're in there scrolling, Hinge.
Huh?
I have been catching myself.
That's
lately.
exactly what you're doing. You're on Hinge.
No one.
But no, I'm not
one
in there for
shits
40
18
minutes.
minutes.
Like, I'm not
He's
just
trying to go
sitting
like, he's
in
like,
there to
dude, it's
escape
like you know my body. Every time you
fucking-
call me, I'm taking a shit. It's like, no, you're always taking
No,
a shit.
that is weird that every time you call me, I'm in there.
No, you're always doing a poo, dude.
Mate, if you're always on the toilet and your phone rings, that's
gonna happen.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
And I take shits. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I'm not just hanging
your
out
dad
in there for the
calls
sake
you,
of it. It's not that nice in there.
Your dad says go to the toilet. He says having a Tommy.
exactly.
That's how often you're in
So
there.
I get pooing, but there's a difference between like going to the toilet frequently or a couple of times a day and being on there for 18 minutes. 18 minutes?
It wasn't 18 minutes.
What the fuck are you
It
doing
was not.
for
There's
18 minutes
absolute
on the
mayo
shitter?
on that. There's absolute mayo on that. I'm in there, I do my thing, and then I'm out.
No, I said you've been in there for half an hour, and he said no, it's been 18 minutes.
It wasn't 18, it was like 13 or something.
13 minutes?
You've taken 13 minute plus.
I'm not saying I've never done it. You do it all the time.
all the time. Yeah, when was the last time before that?
bro. Yeah, like fucking... Mate, you do shits all the time and they're all long.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid I drink Good Day and I have a healthy metabolism.
Well, a good day shit is not a long shit. It actually promotes good bowel movement.
It's a good short
and
one.
so it just comes out of you.
Yeah.
It's like you're in there trying to fucking choke this thing out for 45 minutes.
Great point.
Now, fuck Manly and like that game. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's done. Put a pin in it. What I do want to talk about is that there was a photo of Tobler and Cooper Johns at some pub on the weekend that was sent to me by, I think it's like Tobler's now paying paparazzi to send us shit because this guy only sends me photos of Tobler, so I assume it's one of his mates.
Yes. Shout out to Pulley.
Yeah. So
He's a big
Tobler
dribbler.
is reminding me right now of like people on maths when they get off the show and then they just follow around Daily Mail photographers to get in.
Or they message him.
Hey, I'm going to be
They
here.
come down the beach and
Take a
have my
photo
shirt
of
off.
me. Anyway, so there was a photo of Cooper and Tobler
Yep.
at a pub, arm in arm.
pub?
That was, where was it?
Which pub?
The Roy. The
The
Coloroy.
Roy.
Coloroy. He's
The
trying
Coloroy.
playing it cool.
Oh.
Meow.
The Roy.
The Roy. It's just what you call it, the Roy.
Now,
Okay.
so we shared that photo to our stories because Todd asked, Todd shared it himself to the Hello Sport
That's just not
Instagram.
Did you?
No, fuck no.
Well, I saw it on there and I'm like, how'd this get here? Oh, Tobler's at the Roy with fucking Cooper Johns in his lambskin fucking bomber.
Has industry reached out yet?
Not to me personally. I think they did to the Hello Sport page.
Did we reply? No.
No, we didn't.
Right. Tobler, you can go in and reply.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're going to need free shit though as well. I don't know if there is anything there, but
I'm probably due some staple tees.
Yes.
So just let them know that.
Yeah, we'll do.
and the rest. Some other dribbler replies to the story that Tobler shared to the Hello Sport Instagram page, being like, I was at the pub where they were. Not much patrolling going on. He didn't. I won't say what he said about Cooper. Like nothing bad. But Cooper's not here to defend himself. It's like Cooper left, and Tobler and his mates. He goes. Tobler spent most of the night salsa dancing with his friends.
What? Salsa dancing?
Well, there's actually a bit more context that you guys aren't aware of about this evening. So on Friday night, I was actually meant to go on a date. First date in like 10 years. Around the corner from here.
Where are you going?
The Archie Rose Distillery at the Cannery. And I kind of fucked it. Like, I drove out here to work not prepared. So I had to drive back home.
What's prepared mean?
I needed to trim my beard, have a shower, put on some nice clothes.
Well, hold on.
Like, I pulled out the matching body wash to go with the cologne. Like, going... And I looked
rocking?
fucking hot. I looked fucking good.
What body wash?
It's the Diesel Only the Brave body wash that goes with the spray cologne that I've used for 15 years. Ever since
I haven't
I
heard
was
Diesel for a while,
a
dude.
teenager.
Oh,
Diesel?
fucking I bet
Okay.
you smell
Diesel.
like shit.
No, it smells great.
Sex Panther.
Yeah, dude.
60% of the
Yeah.
time, it works every time.
Question though, you live in fucking the Hills District, so like, what you were gonna, your whole time, your plan when you were going
It's
to
in DY now, mate.
Oh, sorry, that's right. But whatever, DY. You were gonna go. Your plan the whole time was to go back there before coming back here on a Friday.
Well, no, because the plans, we didn't make the plans until I was out here at work. And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to go home. So I have to drive back, drive
How
back
stinky
to the
were you?
beach.
Did you need a shower that bad?
No, but I just like, I wasn't like fit for a date.
You didn't bring clothes.
Nah. I just was wearing like a hoodie and shorts because I wasn't expecting, it was quite a last minute organisation.
Right.
Anyway, I'm driving back here to drop my car off. And I'm like about 15 minutes away and I check my phone. And in coming back from Brisbane to Sydney, a piece of luggage was lost and the date had to be postponed.
Wait.
So you drove all the way back, and how close were you to getting back here?
I'd just come out of the tunnel at like Moore Park, 10 minutes away.
So
And I'm not usually I don't usually look at my phone while I drive, and then I did, and I was like, oh, fuck.
righto, fucking hell,
Mother Teresa.
righto, yeah.
So
That JC over there, fucking hell.
yeah, and
That
then
preacher.
so they postponed whatever.
Now, is it postponed or did you get stood up?
I thought it was postponed until tonight. Hence the Ralph Lauren jacket and the toiletry bag in my car.
I was about to say he's dressing like a fucking
Monday night date?
math star right now.
That's why I was like,
I didn't know
oh,
Monday
well,
night dates were a thing.
Yeah, but now she's sick, so I'm.
Oh,
starting
you're
to-
getting stood the fuck up.
Yeah.
Did you tell her you were going home to put your diesel body wash on? That might have done it.
No, well, I'd already had it on, and so I didn't want to let it go to waste. And the boys were like, "Come
You
to the
do
Collaroy."
look dressed up today.
Thank you.
You look
well,
very smart.
you know,
So she postponed it to Monday.
she was like, "Next, let us do dinner sometime next week."
Why Monday?
Well, so hold on. Someday next week, and then when was Monday locked in?
On Saturday.
Who looked Monday in?
Well, because I'm going to Bali and she's away, busy.
You're
the
going
rest
to
of the
Bali on
week.
Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but she's busy the rest of this week. I'm around the area. We thought let's do a midweek dinner,
Well, this
It's
is
not midweek, it's
the
Monday.
start of
It's
the
the
week.
start.
early week dinner, whatever. A
Start of the
school
week,
night, a school
Monday.
night dinner.
Oh my god.
And now it's been cancelled.
Now it's been cancelled.
And with no, like, let's reschedule. She's just like, I'm sick.
Maybe when I get back from Bali.
This is not worth your time, dude.
No, I know. I'm very, It's,
Yeah, thank you, Cody. Leave it forever, dude.
Leave it forever.
Yeah.
but
A bag lost into a sickness. Did you ask her what it was? Did you ask her if she had the runs?
nah, I didn't even want to bother. I'm just
Should've.
like, yeah,
You
whatever.
should have said, what's wrong?
You should have
No
pushed her.
worries.
She said, oh, God, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Should have pushed her.
Could I come around and give you an Imodium?
But then,
A suppository?
the boys were at the Roy, and every Friday night they've got salsa dancing from like 9 till 11. So I was like, fuck it. Let's go have some beers, try my hand at salsa dancing, which was fun, and was dancing with a girl, but nothing happened. Nothing eventuated. But my friend filmed it if you want to watch it.
Yeah, get it up. Get it up.
Yes.
I'm surprised he didn't send you this.
Oh, you salsa dancing with this chick?
Yeah. There was just a girl. I was like, hey, let's dance. And I was feeling
I gotta
myself
say, I
now.
respect your fucking. I respect your Tobler.
Mate, I was feeling myself. I was like, don't worry, I'll take the lead. Just follow me.
Oh,
then
fuck
just,
me,
it was
you would do
fucking
that.
just
I love you, dude.
ridiculous, dude.
You're the best. I do respect.
Shout
it.
out to Tommy.
Shout out
Tobler.
to Tobler.
One of the greats.
You're steering into life, mate. Oh God! Oh, look at him leaning in there. Oh God!
Oh, for
Can I listen? I'll be honest with you. It looked a bit stiff.
It looked so stiff, dude.
In my
You've
head,
lost
I thought
it.
I was like releasing the hips like Antonio
Nah.
Banderas
you've
or
lost
something.
You
it,
haven't
dude.
released shit.
You have lost it. What happened to this a Stedford Tobler?
I know, stiff as
Dude,
a board. I
you
gotta go
used
back
to-
to more salsa
You
nights.
used to do
move.
your little whips, dude.
I
Your
know.
little whippies.
I've lost it. I'm out of touch. I need more salsa practice.
Your hips are tight.
So tight.
Can you play that again? I don't want
don't
to watch
know
it
if-
again.
I don't know if I
No,
wanna watch it
I
again.
want to watch it again.
Look at that. Look at the stiffness.
Oh yeah.
And look at you. She
Look at
made-
this. Look, I think you went in for a kiss. Look at this chick.
Yeah,
that's how you
that's
do
how you
it.
do it.
Oh my
Oh, look at
god.
the footwork.
Oh, Tobler, the footwork,
Yeah, I was trying to do too much.
mate.
Trying to do too much.
You didn't look like you were doing anything there, brother.
Oh dear, that was.
Again, you know.
No, I respect you.
I
having a
respect you.
crack.
More life, you know. You're getting after it. I just couldn't do it.
You've got a real zest for life.
You do.
I'm shocked at the movement there. Because I've seen what you've got.
Well, I've seen what you had.
I know. Yeah, what I had.
That was
Maybe I
tough
have
to
lost
watch,
it.
though.
No, it
dude.
lives within you.
I'm surprised you didn't bloody want to pause that.
Well, I didn't want to watch it again. I told you not
that's a
to.
good point. It's
So I'm
also
not in
not-
control, so I've just got to fucking wear these things.
You got to raw dog it.
How'd the Under Armours hold up?
Well,
Yeah, good grip.
great grip. They're so comfortable. I love those shoes.
You don't
You
dance.
don't
well in
need
them.
to deliverables here, mate. This is not
Yeah.
your space for deliverables.
No,
on here.
I'm just saying that.
This is not your
You
spot
asked what
for
the shoes are like.
deliverables.
I'm giving you an honest review
Oi.
of the shoes.
Not your spot.
You're not moving well in them, is all I'd
No.
say.
Yeah,
I'd
maybe
actually
it is.
say that they probably don't want to see this footage to go out there.
No, that's not a
I'll
good
blur
ad.
I'll blur the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, blur the shoes.
Yeah. Or just put some little Adidas 3 stripes on or something so they just, you know,
Yeah.
because you don't want to.
Just blur them.
They look
So yeah, tough week for the Baddie Patrol over the weekend.
the salsa.
Where?
salsa with your boys
What's
is
what's
a tough
coming up
go.
for Baddie Patrol?
Bali.
We're going to Bali on Saturday for 2 weeks.
Yep. Have you moved your hinge location?
No, can you do that?
So that's what people did. You did it last weekend before you went to fucking Brisbane.
No, I didn't change the location. I didn't know you could do that, but I'll look into it.
That's what you told us you did.
You said you did that.
You said I moved my location to Brisbane before I got in. I was talking to a chick. That's what you said to us. Now I'm really confused. Am I taking crazy pills?
Well, maybe he's just. Maybe
Did he say that to us?
Maybe the
I
Baddie
don't think
Patrol
I
is fucking built on a house of lies.
Did he not have that conversation with her?
I don't remember having that conversation. I don't
Well,
remember
how
doing
else?
that.
How are you found in Brisbane on Hinge?
I wasn't.
Well, it does like I've been out of the game for a while, but I remember that it updates as you move. So it would have updated when he got to Brisbane.
But he already had it teed up. I thought.
Yeah, I thought you'd already teed it up.
Oh, that was different. That was a match in Sydney that was having to be in Brisbane. Yes.
When's Wiramu joining the fucking Baddie Patrol?
I don't know, but I'm carrying it all by myself, and I need you.
Will,
Willie.
We're a
get
mood.
on Hinge, dude.
Come to salsa night with me.
You're a catch. Get on Hinge. You're gonna tear it. You tear it up.
Come on, Will. Comments.
Don't stay silent, you fucker.
Mate, I'll do it when I want to do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That'll be never.
I don't need you moleskins telling me when to do it.
Yeah, mate. This is ridiculous.
Listen, I think you've got one of the great wingmen in Tommy Tobler, maybe all time. A man who's prepared to salsa dance.
Yeah.
Who rocks the diesel body wash into the diesel cologne. Who's prepared to go on Monday night dates. Who's got a beautiful lambskin coat. Who's got a bit of influence about him now. Who put up a video the other day of him road testing his new Under Armour shoes.
Oh, that was that video.
Which I loved.
That video is fantastic. Shout out to
more of that. More content. Tommy from Tommy Tobler. IMO.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But no more going into the Hello Sport account and sharing photos of yourself, okay?
Tobler, were you saying you had a few ideas coming up for Bali, content-wise?
Yeah. I've got some ideas generated. Yeah, we got some funny videos planned. Don't
Oh,
worry.
really?
Yeah, don't worry.
You got some funny videos planned, do you?
Yeah, just had some ideas generating in the background.
Oh, yeah, cooking.
Just cooking.
Anything specific?
I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
But
Any more like,
stay tuned.
Standing right behind me sort of shit?
yeah.
I'll probably steer away from that.
Okay, right.
Oh, you're not going to,
That was a different era.
yeah.
Yeah, that was when that was before you were single.
Yeah, exactly.
Any like sex tape shit?
Not planned,
Yeah,
and
okay.
hopefully not.
I'd like to see him have like a full-on meltdown on a plane. That would be good content on the way to Bali. Or
On the
be
Bogan missile?
Yeah, the Bogan missile. You know when you see those people that have full-
Flying jetty?
Nah, flying Qantas.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Jesus.
Got lots of points.
Life must be good, mate.
Well, you know.
Punters and Dribblers. This episode brought to you by Good Day. Heard of it?
Oh, I've heard of it.
You heard of it, mate?
Yeah, I've heard of it, mate.
Listen, know this, Punters and Dribblers. I was as flat as a rugby league tack can be last week, and I thought, what's the fucking missing ingredients here, Edward? What have you failed to do when you're away all week, ripping and tearing? You didn't take your good day. Threw it back into the repertoire, and it just got me out of hell, mate.
Yeah, it got you out of hell.
Got me out of Hezbar. Now listen to this. This is the review of the week. Life when the tools just got easier. Before Good Day, I was pumping coffee, no energy, struggling to concentrate on the job, and then give my family quality time at the end of the day. Since getting on the Good Day, I'm working better, getting the job done, and getting great family time at the end of the day. As a DILF, I resonate with that, Tom.
So why not just pour a sachet of the good stuff into some water, mix it up, slam it on down.
It's too fucking easy. Code Dribblers, 10% off.
Too easy.
Righto. Bit of Supercoach.
Supercoach.
Obviously brought to you by SwiftX, Punters and Dribblers. Get it together. If you haven't heard of SwiftX, like fucking wake up and read a book.
Yeah.
Because if you're into Bitcoin, etc.,
Yeah.
then you need a SwiftX account.
Well, Bitcoin's pumping its cock off right now as well. Anyone who signs up to SwiftX using the link in the show notes, you're getting $20 free Bitcoin for every new sign up. The winner of each week, we do our Supercoach segment every 2 weeks. So if you win the week that we do it, you get $50 worth of free Bitcoin.
and
We
the
will
winner overall at the end of the year gets $5,000.
Correct. In Bitcoin, SwiftX account required. You know the drill. But shout out to SwiftX, who are a valued, treasured partner here at Hello Sport.
Now, I want to open with this, Tom.
Yep. How many points you get last
Yeah,
round?
exactly. 1,449.
Oh, did ya?
Yep.
Wow. I got 1,235. I'm ahead of you in the about even league, just so you know.
Are you?
Yep.
Are you really?
Yep.
What's your overall score?
My overall score. Where am I looking? Where am I finding that? My
On
team.
NRL home. Total score.
I've got it here if you want.
Yeah, get it up.
Tom, yours is 11,532, 11,532, and Ed, yours is 11,602.
Right, so I'm ahead of you.
in the about even league.
Yeah, but because the About Even League is head-to-head, there's weeks where Tom will just happen to beat someone.
It's not.
About even,
head-to-head.
I don't care about that.
About even, lad.
Well, we're talking about the Hello Sport.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you in the about even league, I'm ahead of you because I'm taking my wins where I can get them. So fucking sit on one.
But
bro. Sit on one, lad.
But in the league that's sponsored by
no,
SwiftX and the one we're talking about,
different league.
then I'm beating you.
We're talking about different leagues.
Right.
Talking
Okay.
about different leagues there. Because
Interesting.
in that league, you're beating me.
I am on the whole though this year going pretty ordinarily.
Same.
What's catching me out, punters and dribblers, is my forward planning. seems to be really fucking shit. For the second week in a row, I had Iongi as captain. I never wanted him as captain. He was captain 3 weeks ago when I looped him for Payne Haas because I wanted Payne Haas to play. They had a bye and I wanted Payne Haas to be a captain. So I put Iongi in the captain, so I looped him, and he's been there ever since.
I still don't know how to loop.
Been there ever since.
Still don't know how to loop.
So for the third week in a row, Iongi captains for no reason other than he had the C on his name and I didn't check it. He went okay, though. He got 86 points, so it's not a disaster. But it wasn't Ryan Pappenhausen.
Well, you know what I did, and I don't know if I said this at the show at the start of the thing, I might have, but I removed the C from Pappenhausen and I put it to Homole Olakawatu, who as captain got 55 points. 55 points. So that was fucking disgraceful. My team, I don't even know how I got 1,200 because no one did anything except for fucking Pap all week. Tell you who's getting traded this week. Tell you who's getting sold at the markets. Kalen Ponga. He's getting sold. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me.
It's too late.
How the fuck, tell me this, riddle me this. How does Jamie Humphries only get 6 points?
I think he had like 3 or 4 penalties conceded.
Fuck me dead.
Yeah.
6 points?
Mate, and that's with an upgrade. He had 4 points when he left the field.
I just said, what the fuck is 6 points? Tell you what else I did. I kept Corey Horsburgh on my bench. He's not playing. I've got to make some serious. I haven't made a trade for a couple of weeks either. I've got to get to.
Oh, you mean Corey Horsburgh, who started?
For you. Yeah, right. Well, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All cards on the table. It's been a couple of like down weeks for me
Same.
and the dribblers, but from here, all I can see is up.
Upside. There's a few players in my team that I've just like, it's gotten too hard for me to even get rid of. Jack Bird being one of them.
Yep.
Listen, I don't mind Tallis Duncan.
Tallis Duncan. I don't mind the look of my side. We're just not performing every week. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the issue I find that I've got right now is that every week my boys aren't getting up and working like I'd want them
the
to.
problem I'm going to have as well is this origin period. I've never really, it's always been the hiccup in my general Supercoach life is that I hit origin and I'm fucked. And like Tino will be in origin, May and Haas will be in origin, Connor Watson will be in origin.
Mate, my whole front row.
Dean will be in origin.
Mate, try my front rowers on. Haas, Fanua, Blake, May, and Tino. 3 of the 4 are fucking shot.
Yes, Tino, Fanua's good though. That's nice.
One of the
3 of the 4 front rowers aren't playing.
Yes.
So I've got to make changes wholesale.
So do I. I've got Horsburgh not playing, May, Haas both in origin. Tino's a back rower, he's in origin. Olakawatu might be in origin.
Can I ask Cody, who goes all right at this sort of thing, who are you running at hooker?
I'm having an awful year, just by the way. I also forgot to do my team on Friday. I'm wrapped up in draft, but I just ran Mamazelis until he got injured last week because there's nothing doing at hooker.
Yeah,
I've now brought in
well.
McInnes.
Okay.
Because, as I was just going to say, one of the most important things to consider throughout Origin period is the teams that play the major bye rounds, which is 12, 15 and 18, Manly being one of them, which actually might lend its hand to you. I assume you might have a few extra Manly players.
I have too many Manly players.
Sharks are another team, which is why I've brought in McInnes.
Okay. See, I don't look. That's my problem is I don't necessarily look that far ahead. Shock horror. Not a big planner
I don't think you look further than
this week.
an hour.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Like, would you do?
Bro, I'm beating you in the about even league. So
But
woo up.
would you
Woo up.
Would you
cunt.
do your team an hour before kickoff?
No. This year I've definitely, especially now that we've got our good friends at SwiftX on board, Bitcoin and that, heard of it. I'm certainly doing a bit more of my due diligence, or DD as they call it in the wank patrol. But I am just not very good. And I only look forward to the weekend.
And in all that DD, do you still find room for Jack Bird?
No, he's just in there, right? So I'm like, what do I do here? Because he's so cheap and losing money. I'm like, is there even a point in selling him? Or do I just fucking wear that and I have like him just sitting there? So he's got a spot in my side forever. And I just try to find some other people.
So you got a real
sell.
soft spot for Jack Bird?
No, he's not. He didn't even play on the weekend. Is he even in your fucking side at the moment?
Yeah. I've actually pretty much blocked out all of yesterday. I can't tell you if he played. He was named.
Well, it says DMP on his name.
He must have pulled out late then.
DNP.
Who won the week?
Oh, yeah, who won the week, Tobler?
His name's or Kun, and his team name is.
Jesus Christ, Tobler, can we...
Kun?
Corn. Let's go with corn.
Okay, let's start that again.
Let's start.
It's KUN.
Corn.
Like Kun Aguero.
K-U-N. Kun.
Kun.
Kun
What?
Aguero, lad. Come on.
What? Kun Aguero.
Corn.
Yeah, Kun.
It's not Kun Aguero.
There was a bit of twang on that.
No, it's just...
No.
Keep all that in. Can we just beep every time that word is
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
His name's Kun.
Corn, yeah.
Yeah.
Team name.
KUN.
I was going to say, I don't think that would the other word would get
Fly
past the
on that.
senses.
That was just a mispronunciation. His team name, La
It's
Franchise.
you.
Yeah, I mispronounced it. My apologies. Congratulations, Kun.
Yes.
Who scored 1,777 points.
Whoa.
He had
Yeah.
a fucking ripper of a week. I'll get
Mate,
his team up
the last 2 weeks have been fucking
Can we have a look at his team?
huge.
So if you're listening,
He had
email
Connor.
me at turbo@hellosport.com.au with proof, and we'll get you that your prize.
He got 1,700 with Connor at hooker, not playing.
Yep.
Whoa.
Haas, Tino, Lucas, Katoa, Egan. Like, this side's whatever. Cleary, Campbell, Sharp,
Munster,
Carraz,
Hughes,
Marzu,
Jesus Christ.
Purdue. Obviously had Papa.
Well, he's got all the Storm boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has Scotty Drink as well, who got 117.
Can someone explain to me captaincy, right? Pappenhausen got,
174 or something.
and then you captain him and he gets 182. Is that all?
No. That
no.
just in there, it's not showing us. That's his final score, 182.
He got
It's just not
182.
showing the double
So
score.
it was actually 364.
Okay, so it does double.
Yeah,
I
it
was
does.
like, what the fuck?
Scotty Drink got 117. See,
Scotty Drink might be making his way into
so
it.
Scotty Drink's coming in for Kalen Ponga for me.
Yep.
Kalen Ponga can go sit on it
Yeah,
from a Supercoach
but
perspective.
of course. But he can go sit on it from a Supercoach perspective. Anyway, well done, Kun. La Franchise. I like the name of your team. turbo@hellosport.com.au. We will sort you out.
We'll top the wheel.
Tobler will.
Make sense?
But
Cool.
we will. All right, bit of UFC. Then we got to get to some dribbles. We only got about 30 minutes before we got a meeting, Edward. Now, there was a lot on in the UFC yesterday, but the only thing I really care about, Jose Aldo was all right.
He announced his retirement.
Yes, he did. Scroll down. Who was the other one? Oh, Benoit Saint Denis, yeah.
I can't believe he's still fighting Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
How
well,
old is he?
I bet he's not as old as you think.
Really?
He's 38.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, it is. Do you reckon that's as old as you think?
I was going to say 40.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
close.
but like still in your 30s. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's 2 years older than me, but he feels like an adult.
Because he was fucking fighting in
That's what I mean.
2012.
How old was he when he was fighting Connor? He felt old then.
Yeah, he did. He's always felt old.
Yeah. Anyway, he did retire. I don't know the reaction. He came in. So it's a featherweight fight, but it was meant to be bantamweight. He came in like 8 pounds over or some shit. I think he won. Watching that fight, I think he won, but it was whatever.
Did he announce his retirement after he lost, or
Yeah.
was like always?
Yeah, he did. He was like, mate, I just don't think I can be fucked anymore. It was one of those ones where it felt like it could have been in a frustrated moment. Because before that, he was talking about going on a title run and shit. So I don't know. Anyway, I only really want to talk about the main card here, and that is Jack Della Maddalena getting the job done. New welterweight world champion. Thank you very much. Beating Bilal Muhammad. Not just beating him. It was a fantastic fight.
It was a great fight.
It was a 5-round war, but he won convincingly. I think 2 judges had it 3-2 and 1 had it 4-1. He beat the fuck out of him. There's a photo on doing
mate,
Bilal's top lips completely fucking split open.
Mate, he beat the shit out of him. And in the 5th round, went after him. Even though his cornerman, by the way, had a bit about him.
Yeah.
Good style of a bloke to cornerman.
Yeah. 5 minutes to realise every dream you ever had.
Get out there and fucking piece him up. Piece the cunt up.
Yeah,
I
Keep
think
pinging
he
the
said.
cunt.
Pin the
cunt.
Keep pinging the cunt.
Keep pinging the cunt. That was great stuff. Big fan of that. Outside of the 4th round, which Bilal comfortably won, it was the Jack show, baby.
But also, because like for those of you that don't know, Bilal is a wrestler at heart. He's got good hands. Clearly, you saw it yesterday. But like, he's a wrestler at heart. He I think Jack's, he got 1 of 8 takedowns or some shit. Jack stuffed a shitload. His takedown defense was fantastic.
It was hot.
But then also people were like, what is Bilal doing? Because he didn't really try much. He didn't really try much wrestling at all.
Well, Cormier was pulling out his hair. He doesn't have any, but he was pulling it out.
Yeah.
He was losing.
Yeah,
Like,
what
what
is
the
he
fuck
doing?
is he doing?
But Jack's just, his hands are so good. Now, whether it was that Bilal was trying to like match it with him, because he was saying that before, he was like, I'm not even going to go for a takedown, which some people just thought was, well, some people just thought it was a bit of pre-fight hubris, talking a bit of shit, just selling it.
Right.
But he really didn't. And Jack's got like the best hands in the division. He is like a slick boxer. And he beat the fuck out of him. But he could still take a shot as well. It was just,
mate, but Bilal threw him.
Yeah, Bilal made it a great fight.
Jack wore heaps.
Just look at his face afterwards. Jack's face was fucked up as well. But just a great fight. We now have...
He looks so calm, mate, the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you be that relaxed in a world title fight? It's fucking ridiculous.
Or just even when you get world title fight, just getting bashed anyway. But the fact he was able to get up a lot of the time, every time he got taken down,
mate, he was super calm.
He was still able to get up. It wasn't like when you see Islam take someone down, you're like, well, we're going to be here for the rest of the round.
The worst part of a wrestler, a really strong wrestler like that, bringing someone down in like 30 seconds in, you go, I've got 4.5 minutes of this now.
Yeah. I've got 4.5 minutes of this just watching another guy get gassed and probably not doing much damage, just sitting there.
Just suffocating, bone constrictor stuff. Yep. I was taken aback really by how good Jack looked yesterday. He looked absolutely incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible.
I mean, I don't know what it would take to get him excited. Dude,
he wasn't pumped at all. He didn't even wear his belt.
No, I know.
Call me out and be like, go and get it, mate. He's like, he was so nonchalant about the whole thing.
I know. I don't know what it'll take to get him excited. Maybe it's a podcast with his friends Tom and Eddie.
I would have to think so, Tom.
We've been asking for it.
We've been asking
for it for, what, a year now?
Longer.
Oh, Cody, could you just go check if my food's here, please? I think someone's trying to... But he was just like, or even the post-match. Dude, the post-fight press conference went for 7 minutes. Like, usually they're up there in the media scrum, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It went for 7 minutes. Like, they're just like, you're not going to get anything out of this guy.
I was actually remarking about that yesterday when he was in the ring they were trying to get answers out of him. He would just like almost cut sentences short.
Yeah.
It felt like. So that's all I'm saying.
What do you think about Islam? Islam saying this, he's like, come get it. Is that all?
Oh, the only thing he said that was half interesting was, I'm going to avenge Volk.
Yeah.
That was that.
Or like, how does it feel? He's like, yeah, it feels fucking great. But again, that was said with just an intense monotony.
It feels fucking great. That's about how he said it.
Now he might just be warming to the spotlight. Who knows? Or maybe that's just him. Maybe he's just a chill motherfucker.
He can do it however the fuck he wants to do it. He's the champion.
Giacomo Della Maddalena.
He can do it however he wants to do it.
Yeah,
he's a welterweight champion of the world, baby.
Because it's also kind of like intimidating having someone that chill.
It's super intimidating. He's scary as fuck. But mate, he was unbelievable.
It was such a good fight.
And now we've got 2 world champs, baby.
2 world champs.
So
three
fucking sit on that the rest of the
4
world.
Australasia, if you include Izzy.
But having 2 current world champions is hot.
Yeah, no, it's Flex City.
Have we had that before?
No. Vulcan and
Whittaker didn't cross over.
But Jack only 28 as well, prime time.
Oh, lad.
Yeah.
He's had a beautiful rise.
He's had a beautiful rise. Now he's going to be fighting Islam.
Ever since you got giddy over his brother at that presser, it's just been nothing but up.
I know. Thinking it was him.
Yes.
Because they both have like identically broken noses.
Yes, they do. Almost like, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
I can muse about how it happened.
I can
but they
understand
look
how it
exactly the same.
Broke, but they look identical. Dude, talk about like going straight to the big dance. Like you were a world champion and your next fight is going to be against Islam Makhachev. So had he lost, Islam and Bilal, teammates or friends or something, they were never going to fight. But he won. So now Islam is going to come up from lightweight. And then Ilia Topuria is going to fight Brazilian, blonde hair, jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
Oliveira.
Oliveira. Well done, Tobler.
But
So
Had he lost, it was going to be Topuria Islam, which would have been a fucking yarn.
who's that scary Kazakh? The guy from Kazakhstan, is it, in the welterweight division?
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat. Where's he? Where's he at?
I think he got injured. And so when he fought Ian Gary, he got injured. He will still be there or thereabouts, but it's like, if you've got Islam, you're like, we're just going to have you.
That'll be a great fight.
And, dude,
That'll be a
when's
great
the Perth
fight.
card, Eddie? Have we got time to turn it around? Because right now that Perth card's a fight night. Surely we turn that around for a pay-per-view and we get Islam out here. And you
Again,
get Jack.
he's been here before.
He's been here before. He gets it. Get Jack to avenge him.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's do that.
Come on, UFC, for fuck's sake.
Let's do that right.
Please.
Let's do it right.
Please.
But Islam could turn around and go, I'm not doing that trip again. In which case, I'd be
Islam
like,
seems like
Grow
Islam
set.
just is a man. He does whatever. Islam just does the damn thing.
But Perth's not that far from the Middle East,
I don't know, dude. Isn't it?
which is closer than Sydney.
There you go.
So make it happen.
Just come on. Anyway, just an awesome fight. I was pulsating around the house trying to avoid my family while watching it.
I was trying to avoid my messages because I was at a
Did he
family
ruin it?
thing. Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The moment after I said it, he wasn't in that
I know. I
group.
saw the message. I saw it. It's kind of your fault. You need to let people know if you don't want to know.
Yeah, but I can't just sell 50 fucking groups.
No, but
And
you
he
know,
never talks about results like that usually. So he's cuppa.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Did I spoil the fight for you?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, bro.
Well, it's not your fault entirely, Toby, because the fight happened and we were all talking. To be honest, I would have assumed that I spoiled it when I'm like, I hope you watched that fucking fight.
Well, obviously I fucking assumed, but it still wasn't set in stone.
No. And
Because
then
it could have been
literally-
a sick fight that he lost.
And then he goes, and he's literally just replies and he goes, no spoilers, I'm at lunch. And then 2 seconds later, Tobler goes, fucking Jack Della won.
How good you that back-to-back champion? I'm like, fucking Tobler.
Oh, made
Put
me
your
laugh.
phone away if you haven't watched it.
I had it out, replying to them, and then you messaged me.
Sorry, mate.
That's all.
It's all right, not your fault. Now, should we get to a couple of dribbles before we get out of here?
Cronulla. Dizzy hates playing for Burnley. Cronulla. Tommy has no hammies. Sucks to suck.
That felt unnecessary.
I think you could have done a bit more with that.
Yeah, it wasn't very intelligent.
I just think that he cut it short. There was a bit more there. But
Whatever, fuck that guy.
Tom, Eddie, Toblerone. It's the Magic Round dribbler here. Now, I find myself listening to the Magic on the podcast on Thursday. I then stumble across the dribbles and stumble across my own dribble that I completely forgot about because I was completely fucking drunk. Now, this dribble has made its way across a couple of group chats, and my wife has found it. Best believe getting questioned by my wife and her friends as to why I'm coming on other guys at Magic Round is a hard one to explain. And whilst explaining it, I sound like an absolute fuckwit. Anyway, I hope you have a good laugh at that one. Ciao.
I don't think it's that hard to explain.
it's not that hard, mate.
You just need to be better at explaining it.
Yeah. You went out in the Magic Round, you came on a bunch of blokes, you came up.
What's hard to explain there?
You need to be pretty dim not to get that.
Yeah, and listen, dude, if you're going to dribble after a couple, you got to, that's on you. How are we meant to know? We can't tell. We're not breathalyzing you.
Well, I think it's probably safe to say 90% of the people call about a couple.
Not my problem.
No, not our problem.
No.
But that would be the makeup.
Not my problem. Nor is it yours.
Carry on.
Thomas, Edward, Tobler and Totes. It's the Burley Pavilion dribbler here. What the fuck is going on? I've seen more consistency in my running poos than the efforts we put out from week to week. I haven't been having my good days and my day of lights. Shout out to it. So that could be a reason why I've got hot snakes running out my doot.
Jesus
But I don't think the Broncos have a vitamin deficiency here or an electrolyte problem right now. I'm lost for answers. I'm lost for hope. I'm lost for words after Trell Met just pounded me harder than my dad after handing him the wrong screwdriver. Japanese lager soon.
Listen, I appreciate the brand shout outs there.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
A lot of poo stuff.
there was a lot of poo stuff that I can't get out of my mind.
Well, is this the runniness of it?
And yeah, he's talking runny poos. He's talking about coming out of his dot. It's put me off a little bit. I know that
we spoke for like maybe 10 minutes about Tobler doing shits, but somehow when you're in control of the narrative, it doesn't feel as gross.
no, it was the adjectives that he used, Tom.
That's a describing word for all of you grammar buffs out there. Or
Shit.
actually, not. Is it grammar or just say English?
No, I'd say it's a grammar.
Is it grammar?
Yeah, knowing what an adjective is, you got to be a bit of a grammar buff.
Bit of a grammar buff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I was trying to work out his grammar, like just sort of like punctuation and shit.
Well,
Like,
that's punctuation, isn't it?
but you know what I mean? Or is grammar the whole? Listen, I'm not cut out for this. A long time since I went to school. Yeah, mad dog. Oh, you're sick, mate.
What a
fucking shit, mate. I haven't been for school for ages. Hey, dude, what a fucking weapon.
Oh, I don't even know what a vowel is anymore.
Boy, dude, noun
I
what?
don't even know what a vowel is anymore.
Noun, righto, weirdo.
More like fucking verb.
Oh, God. That was a visual joke there, punters and dribblers. You probably missed a bit of that if you were. Someone at the door there. Chili's about to kill him. Let's go.
Tom, Eddie, Tobler, all you other New South Welshmen, you weak dogs. Just want to let you know that you claim to be Super Rugby fans, you claim to be Union fans, but you're just rugby leaguers, and your Super Rugby team just doesn't get it. 21-28, goodbye to finals. New South Wales are still terrible. Righto, thanks guys, have fun.
That wasn't fair. Suoliti, you got knocked the fuck out, dude. Sure. Did we allow you to come back into the game? The Reds, that is? Yeah, we did. We talk rugby unions thanks to Stan Sports. Yeah, that is what happened. We lost, and now our finals. Is it completely done, or is it basically done? Like miracle stuff?
I think it's miracle and 4th Street stuff, Christmas miracle stuff, as opposed to a mathematical certainty a la Mr. Thomas Andrews, shipbuilder.
Yeah, yes. I guarantee you, sir, she will sink.
Tis a mathematical certainty.
Tars are out.
She better behind her. Sure as you can.
She will.
Tis a mathematical certainty.
We now move our hopes and dreams towards a team called the Brumbies. Heard of them? Nation's capital. Heard of them? Tom Wright at fullback. You know?
We're already jumping ship?
Well, mathematical certainty in that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Tar's number one, but it seems like they're fucked. And I hate Queensland.
As Wiramu pointed out, it's better than the spoon we got last
We've
year.
improved.
So we've improved. So if you're just following it out logically,
Trend line,
next year we win.
Yep.
Next year we win.
We're still working out what sort of a footy side we are.
Yeah. And now we want to play.
Yeah, what we're about.
Yeah, we want to apply our footy, mate.
So fuck you, dude. Don't come in here and bloody shit down our throat.
Yeah, fuck you, bro.
We're improved.
Last one.
Hey, boys. It's the depressed Newcastle Knights dribbler here.
If you're them.
Just checking in. Listen, if you're fucking telling me that Jack Cogger is a better halfback than Jackson Hastings, the bloke who's getting paid $800,000 to play New South Wales Cup, then listen, fuck you, fuck the Knights, and more importantly, fuck me. Thanks, boys.
Funny story. News last week. Because it is kind of crazy that Jackson Hastings is still not being picked, given how shit the Knights are. But apparently, there's been some WAG beef. So Jackson Hastings' WAG said something about another WAG, and now there's WAG beef. And that's part of the reason why Jacko not being picked. because he can't have that sort of energy around the club. Now, I don't know if that's true, all right? That's the news that was reported in news.com. I saw that last week.
Because two wags are punching on, he can't get picked.
Tobler, you'll need to go and verify that for me. But there is something like Jackson Hastings was the divisive figure, and now the assertion is that he's dating a divisive figure. Or maybe even married, I don't know.
And what, you can't get picked because of that?
I don't know, dude.
That sounds like a long rugby league bow.
So the report indicates that Hastings had a falling out with a senior player in the team due to their wives not seeing eye to eye over a comment Hastings' partner made. And the feud is said to have escalated when the unnamed player went to club power brokers and made his feelings known with the club reportedly backing him over Hastings. So it sounds like Hastings.
So it's spilled over.
Yeah, it's spilled. It's spilled.
Much like the water on Titanic spilled over the top of the watertight bulkheads.
Yes, that's right. And then
from E-deck and back and back and back. There's no stopping it.
That feels like what it is. The Titanic that is the Newcastle Knights has been sunk by an iceberg, Hastings and his missus.
Yeah. That's incredible stuff. That's incredible stuff. Because you look at it and you go, well, why isn't he getting picked? They can't score points.
850 grand.
A lot of cash, a lot of dough, Ray, me.
Fa, so, la, ti, do.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, mate.
Righto. See you later.
Catch ya.
Could you two just not talk anymore?